Hello everybody! How was your Saturday? Because mine was a little bit sleepy, you know? I was sleeping the entire morning, seriously. I woke up somewhere in 1 p.m. In my realm, it's 1 p.m. For you, it's fucking 6 in the morning. Yeah. Uh, which is honestly a usual thing for me, you know? Yeah. So, and my day was lacking in events. Honestly, I had nothing to do. I was just sleeping the entire day. Yeah, and I was doing practically nothing. Oh, here you go. Okay, so what do we have for today? For today we have a lot of stuff to react to. We have a lot of stuff to react to today. That means I'm turning off the music and we start watching videos. And what is a better way to start watching reaction videos than from the man who literally follows me on Twitter? From his alt account though, I will show you. I will show you that. Where is it? Hero Hey. Yeah, his VTuber Twitter account and here follows. The man is following me. And when I got this notification where he's following me, uh, this was a literal brain fuck for me, okay? Because at the time he was following 29 people. I was the 29th person he was following, and I still don't understand why he's following me. And I will never understand honestly. Where is it? Where am I here? Lovely. Here I am. He literally follows me. And I will never understand why. Okay, but jokes aside, aside the fun, jokes aside, and aside of the fact that he following me, uh, Paimon VA just one more time. Paimon VA voice actor just admits she's to be replaced by Hoyovors. By, huh? Totem. What in the god fucking hell was that? I swear to god. I swear to god I just heard a fucking is am I hearing? I don't hear myself. Fuck. So I just heard knocking on the door. What the hell was that? Fuck. Um is my mic okay? One more time. I don't hear myself well. Give me a second. Here's why. I wonder why that happened. Anyway, I just had a fucking moment for a second. Literally, I heard for a second. I heard that exactly. I was knocking on my table right now. What the fuck was that? Okay. Aside from that, okay. Paimon VA voice actor just admit she's to be replaced by Hoyoverse. I don't play Genshin Impact. I don't play it. I admit I'm not a gacha gamer, but I do know some of the culture, and I was following the situation with SAC-AFTRA, with the whole union thing, and with Paimon's VA. I think her name is Corina, right? Corina. Yeah. Corina Bush or something like that. So yeah, I know. Nearly, uh, my words can't out of my mouth, guys. I know some of the Paimon lore, the negative lore of the last few months. But I want to know more, and I want to know how fucked Paimon's VA is, and I'm happy for that. If she truly will be replaced, you know what? I will play Genshin Impact. I will play it. Just because Paimon's voice actor, the annoying little bitch, got replaced. I will play it just because of that. Aside from my rants, now let's play the video finally.
So guys, we got crazy news. Fourth video of the day today, and thank you everybody who has tagged me about
How many videos did he make? Holy shit. 4 videos in a span of 24 hours? 12 hours even. Man, that's one hell of a feat. Insert feat joke here. Sorry, I could not say it better. Okay, let's save this stuff up. See if everything alright.
this news, who has left comments on my videos about this news. Got a lot of people informing me about this, and I appreciate it greatly. One little problem, I normally don't upload so many videos in a day, and I think there's like no notifications after the third one anyways, meaning
Really?
YouTube probably definitely thinks I'm spamming people. So if you wouldn't mind liking, that would be much appreciated to help this video get out there, because I'm...
Wait, how many views does this video have? 3, basically more than all 3 of those videos combined, and the video was up for only 14 hours. Some longer time, and this will hit 200,000 views with no question. Nice.
Pretty sure it's going to struggle to get out there, and this is definitely stuff I want to talk about with you guys, because look at this. Paper Bag Boy interviewed Paimon via Karina, but there's a part of that interview that is especially noteworthy, that being this section where Karina, right there,
Holy shit, that hair is so bad. Back when my mother was coloring her hair in all colors of rainbow, her hair was looking way better than this piece of shit. I'm sorry, but that's a face of a literal pig. I can't. a fucking pig face Pinkie Pie. What the hell did I just say? Doesn't matter.
says apparently she's stepping down as Paimon.
Oh!
Now, there are a few things to be skeptical about regarding like the specific details of this. For example,
I'm pretty sure she got fired. I said it in my very first reaction video, in general, which is also a reaction video to Hero High's video, that she will be fired. I said she will be fired for acting that like an absolute degenerate. She fucked around, and she's now finding out hard with that big face.
example, if she willingly stepped down, or if Hoyo took action against her and she's trying to spin it a certain way or anything like that, because this is someone who, to be quite frank, I don't really trust for obvious reasons.
Yeah.
I mean, she has lied in the past multiple times, been caught in lies. But let's play the clip. This is about 20 seconds from the interview and see what she has to say here, shall we?
So, are there any new
I turn this up a little louder, actually, too. There we go.
major roles coming up for you soon, or is it still just going to be Paimon? I know you're not voicing Paimon at the moment, but is there any new roles that you have coming up?
Correct. After Jacob was replaced, I sent notice to Hoyo saying that I would no longer voice Paimon until they became union, so they'll probably just replace me. But
Yeah. No, Hoyoverse will never go to suck after her. First of all, according to Mujin, with his video, MiHoYo is already in a Chinese union, and the Chinese union have very strict AI protection rules, which is actually what this speech and all her SAG-AFTRA friends are fighting for. Which means this is not for AI protection, they just want money from MiHoYo for the union. Something is way more interesting that you can imagine.
So are
Oh, that was the clip. It's done. I was about to say, like, all around the world, hundreds of thousands of Hoyo players and gamers in general and people in general on the internet cheered. Parties
Yeah.
were throwing. Parties were
Yeah.
scheduled. Liquor store sales just shot up. So did Primo Gems. As a matter of fact, we saw CN players saying that if Hoyo replaced Paimon, that they would top up those Genesis crystals. They would top up those Primos. As mentioned, I am,
nice.
of course, skeptical that this is the way things really went down. Maybe she was going to get replaced and she wants to try and do one final, like, oh, yes, see, I am so virtuous to the strike that I even said I would step down or something like that to try and make herself look better. I don't know. I'm not saying that's a fact. I'm just saying, man, I'm like, I don't find it like particularly wise to believe what she says. Like there might be a little bit more to it that she's leaving out or something, right? But we're gonna hop over to the Genshin Impact subreddit to see what some people are saying. Spoiler alert, they're very happy, of course. And
Yeah,
credit to-
I am happy too, because I'll admit I played Genshin Impact for like a hour or two, and the game was okay, whatever. But Paimon was already annoying as fuck. Really, I was already considering Paimon annoying, and I I just didn't like her at all. I really don't know what to say. I have no ideas what to talk about. So anyway, back to the video.
to Paper Bag Boy for getting this interview. Like, I'm actually kind of shocked that she did this. And again, I'm just like skeptical. Like, why would she do this?
Yeah, good question.
Hopefully, he asked her at some point in the interview about Pomeranian of Doom. I don't think he did. He probably didn't. But that would have been hilarious too. So I was actually so excited about this news that I didn't even catch that she said the wrong name. She said that freaking
Corina Poteker. Whatever, just call her Corina. Corina Bush, yeah. Corina Bush, fucking hell. Yeah, I'm calling it that way from now on. Corina Bush. The daughter of the unofficial secret daughter of George Bush. Yeah.
She said that she said Jacob got replaced, John got replaced, Jacob replaced John. So that's just especially funny. She's all like trying to harass Jacob with these other people for replacing John, and she doesn't even get John's name right there. Great job.
After Jacob was replaced.
And it's,
Oh, I get it now. Fucking. And I thought for a second. Is she saying about Jake and Takanashi got replaced? Because I have no idea about it. So that's even funnier now. In context.
so to be quite frank, I recorded the rest of this video already, but I went back and I'm adding this part now because I just saw that she's on Blue Sky as well making this statement. So just keep in mind this was recorded after the rest, and then after we talk about this, then the rest of the video was supposed to come. But I'm putting this first because this is important. So hopefully that made sense. On
Yeah.
Blue Sky, Karina says, "Thanks, Paper Bag Boy, for having me. But yeah, I make the announcement here that after John got recast, she got it right that time at least, that was the final straw for me. And I told Hoyo I was not coming back to record until they signed the SAG interim agreement, as I have still been dealing with my contract being broken again and again and again from them not paying me on time on a
Blah,
consistent
blah,
basis,
blah, blah,
not
blah,
being paid
blah,
within
blah.
the 30 days as my contract states, waiting anywhere from 3 to 5 months on average for my paychecks. This is why contracts mean nothing if the game isn't union, because contracts are not enforceable without a union." That's not true.
Yeah,
Hoyo still
that's not true at all.
Refuses to sign an AI protection contract, and even if they did sign my contract and several of my castmates' contracts are broken on a regular basis, this is why we need SAG. Oh my gosh, the bootlicking is like off the charts, bro. Because without SAG, these companies know that we do not have the money to fight them in court, as most of us, including myself, already live paycheck to paycheck.
Now that you are done with all this of all this shilling and dog and pony show, put the fries in my fucking bag, will you finally? Thank you.
Yeah, so I mentioned throughout this video that I'm very skeptical of what she says, and this just makes me even more skeptical. Like, this comes off like she was getting replaced. This is, in my opinion, this comes off like, yeah, she was getting replaced, and she's trying to get ahead of it now, wants to try and make herself seem good, try to get something out of it at least.
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
Good luck.
I repeat that point throughout this video as it goes on when we take a look at the Argentine Impact subreddit. So like, I suppose I won't like yap on anymore. I'll just get to the next part. Let me know what you guys think about this. Very skeptical, very suspicious. Oh, and there is one more thing. She would add on saying, I'm refusing to work until Hoyo actually agrees to protect their actors. If they replace me, that shows how they treat their actors.
Yeah, that means never. Already, as I said before, the only reason she refuses to work with Hoyo, it's because they don't have a SAG-AFTRA contract. Yeah. Goodbye, Corina. You're not important anyway. Put the fries in my fucking bag and just start working finally.
We are asking for very simple things, getting paid on time, AI protections, and 4-hour contracts to actually be honored. Of course, we know that there's a lot more to Hoyo becoming a union project than just that. But she does leave a little bit of hope there for her 5 fans that maybe Hoyo will sign the agreement and she won't be replaced after all. But let's keep in mind the possibility that she might be lying, having potentially already been replaced by Hoyo, and this is now damage control, in which, if that's really happening here, she's now openly lying further and gaslighting her own followers. That takes us to our Genshin Impact 31 minutes ago.
So stupid. That's my entire opinion on Corina as a person.
Post titled, Paimon's voice actor Karina Boetker announces that she won't be voicing
Vodka. Corina Vodka. That's it. Corina Boetker. Boetker. Yeah, I can't speak normally in English. I'm sorry. So I gonna call her now Corina Vodka. Yeah.
Paimon. We can see comments, top comments, such as, nothing of value is lost. Something of value is gained. Paimon stonk? Right, Paimon has been freed, man. Paimon has been freed.
Finally, Paimon can be an actually good character with a nice voice. Imagine that. Give the cast of Paimon to some, I don't know, some MILF maybe fucking get the Japanese voice actor for Ash Ketchum, for example. I don't know. Anything will be better than Corina at this point.
Potentially. Imagine if this incident suddenly caused people to spend more on this game as celebration. Oh, it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, look what this person says right here. From what I heard, some parts of the CN fandom actually deleted Genshin and stopped spending on the game until they fired the problematic VAs. Basically, they told Hoyo to stop this nonsense. Oh, okay, it's a little different than what I was talking about earlier about like firing Paimon alone. But yeah, I mean there's that too, I guess.
Maybe.
We gained value. I got used to her voice, but if we actually got a second VA for Paimon that works somewhere that is not Formosa, we might get an actual gentle voice.
Oh.
Probably got recast. Oh, here we go. Yeah, see, this is kind of what I'm thinking here.
Yep.
Probably got recast and trying to deflect, was voicing Paimon the entire strike, and now decides to leave the role. Yeah, sure. Can't say I'll miss her voice.
She did say that she refused to voice Paimon until Hoyo will make a contract. Yeah, that means if she was doing that already for the past at least 1 or 2 months, yeah, Hoyo was maybe just fired her because she refused to work. Simple. I mean, even at my actual work at my warehouse, we had a dude that came to the job 2-3 days later. He had an accident, a road accident. He was in a hospital for a day or two, returned. Then another accident on a bike this time. Another day or two not at work. And this was continuing, and this was going on for a week or two until he was finally got fired. Because he just had situations. And he was an idiot. So yeah, if you don't work for a long time, you will be fired no matter for how long you were working. Yeah, the comparison isn't working well, but I do have a point.
We'll read a few more of these. She played the wrong cards, really. I'm not saying you need to be a sellout, but the fact that she chose to go with the cult-like union instead of sticking to her role in a contract with Genshin is genuinely frying me. Like, sure, if this entire fiasco was real, then of course go ask for your rights. But she 100% knew that this entire thing was a hoax. SAG-AFTRA doesn't give a dang about them, yet they died before admitting they were wrong. The fun, when we talked about yesterday, I think it was yesterday, right? Yeah, the SAG-AFTRA live stream they held where Duncan Crabtree Ireland and Elmaleh, what's her name? Sarah Elmaleh, was that it? The last name was Elmaleh, I'm pretty sure. But these execs for SAG-AFTRA were just there like tripling down on everything. The funny thing is, Genshin isn't even on the list of projects under this drama. They'd literally get in problems in China before they even think about using AI. All in all, play stupid games, win stupid prizes is what fits her. Please be gone. We're going to make sure that Karina stayed gone while saying hello to the new voice actor, which will be better than the old one, and even get some players to turn the English dub on.
Ooh.
Everybody cheered. Best thing she can do. It's performative and meaningless, not gonna lie. She only did this because of pressure, not because she actually wanted to do it. If she wanted to strike, Paimon should have been silent from the start of the strike like everyone else. Or she actually got recast already, and this is her way of coming out on top. But yeah, I'm so ready to never hear her again. You guys know my opinion already. I've stated it plenty of times. I'm obviously skeptical of what Paimon's claiming. But as this person kind of gets to at the end there, like the ultimate thing really is if, regardless of circumstances, if she really does...
Don't threaten me with a good time, Corina. Yeah, as I said before, if she goes away from Genshin and there will be a new voice actor for Paimon, I will get into Genshin Impact properly. Yeah, I will do that. Until then, no, never.
End up getting recast. This is something that so many people are going to be happy about. I'm sure many people in this comments in the comment section here are gonna be really happy, and I'm excited to see the comments on this video. So the next best thing from here would be like the actual like patch notes. If we get a patch for Genshin and it's like new VA for Paimon, or however they phrased it officially. I forget like how they phrased it for the recent Honkai one, but like, could you just imagine that? Update Paimon VA. It's like it'll be like lines changed for Paimon or something like that. You know, it's also good news that if Karina gets replaced, indeed, if she gets replaced, that she would hopefully get replaced with a non-union VA who's really excited to do the work, who likes Genshin, likes the community.
Yeah, that
and
would make sense.
That's someone who would be making some good money, you know? There's some good lines that Paimon has in the game, that's for sure. So that would be like a very wholesome conclusion. It would also, of course, take further power away from these nonsensical, power-hungry VAs and their corrupt union. We'll read a few more. Doesn't this prove what everyone was saying was correct? That it was not about AI protections, it was about unionizing the game and company. Well, yeah, I mean, that's something we all kind of knew already, but more evidence supporting that, I suppose, is not a bad thing. So she spent the entire time complaining how she was going to keep voicing. That's her only source of income, but she supported the strike. Now I'm supposed to believe she decided not to continue? Yeah, right.
Yeah.
She got notice she was being replaced and is trying to deflect. Similarly, this comment. If she stopped voicing Paimon after John got replaced, 1, why was she still voiced while others were voiceless? 2, why when people were calling her a hypocrite for still working yet judging Jacob, instead of saying, I'm actually not voicing Paimon anymore, she says, I have bills to pay, I'm disabled. She got to be lying. She got fired and is coming out to say she stopped working on her own to prevent people from mocking her. There's no way she hasn't been voicing Paimon for around 2 months now. especially when she's only now saying that she hasn't been voicing Paimon. Why not publicly say she stopped voicing Paimon as a show of support for John? And then people question the process of how many lines are recorded in advance and all that. Whatever the case may be there, perhaps it's true that maybe these lines were recorded in advance and that's why. But the second bullet point here, so to speak, is certainly a good point regardless. That being that this whole time she's told one story about all of this, which seems to now contradict the story that she's trying to tell us about her apparently stepping down all the way back when John got replaced. Things really don't add up in my opinion, and seems to be a lot of people also questioning this too. So yeah, I'll leave it there for now. Let me know what you guys think. Her potentially lying again, she's already lied a lot in the past. Her potentially lying again could be a reason why she would even want to do this interview too. Like maybe she decided to use the interview as a way of making it seem more believable or something. Who knows, man? Like I said, consider letting me know what you think in the comments. Maybe tomorrow we'll watch more of the interview. Paper Bag Boy shouts out. He's the one who got the interview. I will link it in the description for you if you want to watch the whole thing on your own. And yeah, thanks again for tuning in to a late 4th video of the day. Sorry for the kind of spammy stuff. I did not expect to have like 2 breaking news things occurring late at night tonight.
Yeah, I
but
wasn't
that's just the way
expecting
things
that
unfolded.
either.
And yeah, hope you enjoyed the coverage. Consider liking and subscribing if you did. Thank you so much, and I'll see you in the next one.
Yeah, and Jorge continues to show that he's the only fanboy that I like. And for fun, I decided to look up Corina herself. And let's see, what projects does she take parts in? Okay, so let's see. Known for Genshin, One Punch Man. What? One Punch Man? Tornado Ring Girl. In the 3rd episode. Okay, whatever. One Punch Man AI Sonuimunu Somoniumu Fire. Holy shit, what kind of names are those? Okay, Dino Girl Gauko, yeah. As Naoko herself, nice. Mizuki Okimura, yeah. And what are her most popular works aside from Genshin? This AI, the Summon Files. Let's see. Boku no Daemon, what? What the hell is all of that? Yeah. Yeah, she has taken part in a few decent projects, but I'm pretty sure she was playing as either an NPC basically. She was playing some background character, or there was that one time as where she was playing some main character in in an objectively mid series. So yeah, Paimon Corina Vodka doesn't have a really good background. Basically, the only project that Corina is really famous for is Genshin. It's the only project that she can take into her proper portfolio. But she will have to say, "Oh yeah," when she get the next employment. She will have to say, "Oh yeah. I taken part in Genshin Impact. I left the project. Please don't look up why I left the Genshin Impact." Yeah, this will be the funniest shit I've seen. I've seen the entire day. So yeah, awesome video by Rev. Never clicked so fast. Congratulations to everyone. We have won. Yeah, we have won. Really. Remember, Corina has been caught lying many times. Her not getting paid from Hoyo is just another lie. No other VA has ever claimed that from Hoyo. In the past, when she was not getting paid, it was because of her studio. She was recording with not Hoyo, and Hoyo helped her transfer studios and made sure she was paid. Oh, that's nice. It sucks to lose a job, yes. But if Corina loses the role of Paimon, well, Corina's crappy and unprofessional attitude brought it upon herself, and it was well deserved on her past, and it was well deserved based on past actions. Yeah, fully agree on that. Yeah, Corina is a bitch, and she deserves what a bitch deserves. Complete irrelevance. Nice. Whew. Well, that was one hell of a doozy. Okay, now let's go to the next video, and to replace some funny drama with funny shit, we have the Russian Badger, the man himself, and look at this like to dislike ratio. It's 99.9. Yeah, that's certified Badger, I guess. Melting my GPU by trying to render God in Friend Slop. I guess I don't know what the game is, but I guess it's Repo, maybe. Never played the game, never cared to play. Maybe I should try it, really, but I don't want to play it alone. Okay, let's go.
Melting your GPU by enabling every cosmetic in a mod pack, forcing it to render thousands of models and trillions of polygons at the same time might sound stupid.
Feel my power, mortal. This feels like talking to God. The gaze. Feel my power, mortal. You cannot handle God. The gaze. Your eyes were not built to see such wonders.
And that's because it is stupid. But to me, that just sounds like Repo.
How many coins I got? Hold on.
Wow.
Repo is a video game that teaches you what it feels like to be an American.
Okay, everyone else's life is irrelevant because I have a gun.
You risk your life to gather resources, to pay people you've never met for reasons you'll never know, so they can spend it on things you'll never see. Like roads, I guess?
We're gonna turn you guys into cigarettes.
Yeah, I still have this bump on my road. Yeah, that will never happen.
It's an AI art.
Roads, I guess?
We're gonna turn you guys into cigarettes and AI art.
The adults in the room might recognize this process as taxation, but it's about time the children learned about this government-mandated bullying too. I'm getting a little grandiose here. The game is moving around furniture until somebody starts yelling slurs, but I always like to look at the bigger picture.
Why don't you eat some spaghetti fazool or something, man?
Shut up, dude. I almost called you the slur. I forgot we were on screen. My slur, to be clear.
Our slur.
A spiritual successor to Lethal Company, Repo is the next evolution in what the internet calls friend slop, which is a term I find so lazy.
I was promised friend slop. Where is it? Where is it at?
Friend swap. Where's the friend swap?
We're doing associate goop.
Slop has become such a hand-wavy word to dismiss anything you don't like without any real justification that it always makes me laugh. Like, if you think games like this are so low effort and so easy to make, why not make them yourself and rake in tens of millions of dollars, you fucking coward?
Whoa. Yeah, I came here to eat slop, buddy. Slow down.
I understand what terms like friend farming imply, because it is true that games like this are heavily reliant on social interactions to make the experience enjoyable.
Oh my god, it's Vegeta.
Oh my god, Kakarot. What are you doing in that armor? It's black.
Fit it up. What's wrong with black, Vegeta?
I just think calling Repo friend slop is missing the mark. It makes noteworthy improvements to the Lethal Company formula. It has received an overwhelmingly positive response from hundreds of thousands of players, and the addition of physics alone makes it feel like a whole new experience.
Unbelievable. Why the fuck are we so brain damaged? Are you for real? How the fuck did we do this?
But hey, this is the term that makes it feel like a whole new experience.
Fucking believable. Why the fuck are we
Wait, is that a fucking sword or is that a fucking bat? I don't get it. But it's funny.
so brain damaged? Are you for real?
That's the funniest shit I've ever seen.
How the fuck did we do this?
But hey, if this is the term that sticks, if all co-op horror games are friend slop now, then
Excuse me, what?
We do this.
But hey, if this is the term that sticks,
You call Assetto Corsa, or what is it? I think it's Gran Turismo 7. If you call Gran Turismo 7, a car slop? I will pour gasoline on you. I will pour out liters of gasoline on your head and fire it up. You are not escaping this.
If all co-op horror games are friend slop now, then grab a bucket and pour. This is the term that sticks.
I mean, let's see. Dark Souls. Is that Dark Souls? You call Dark Souls a slop? Okay, this is slop. This is, I don't care. This is certified slop.
If all co-op horror games are friend slop.
Roll slop? Okay. Ah, as an RPG. Dark Souls is not an RPG. I think you would call that Oblivion an RPG. Yeah. A little bit of else on the Badger. Whatever, it's still funny.
Now, then grab a bucket and pour some in my trough because I'm ready to gobble this shit up.
Why the fuck are you laughing so hard? You got work tomorrow.
Why are you laughing so hard, bro? You sure?
Heavenly is the man.
You got fucking work tomorrow. Laughing so hard. You got work tomorrow.
Why are you laughing so hard, bro? You sure?
You got fucking work tomorrow. Taxes are due.
You got bills to pay.
Were taxes due like 2 days ago?
Before we start, I gotta thank you guys for being so patient. The number one question that I get asked on every platform is why the fuck does it take you months and months to make a video? So I decided to make a
I can see why, honestly. I can see why. So I don't care. If I want to watch something funny, I will just pull up older videos of the Badger. That's it. I literally, I think I watched some of Badger's video from 2021 5 times or more, each one of them. So I don't care, I still find them funny, and I will find them funny today.
brand new shaker cup to answer that very question. You see, these videos months to make a video. So I decided to make a brand new shaker cup to answer that very question. You see, these videos require a series of miracles in both hardware and software to get made. My motion capture suit, my motion capture gloves, dozens of different programs from physics to modeling to animation to recording to mapping to editing, and all of these things are constantly breaking all the time. My computer blue screens, my mocap suit won't authenticate. Oh shit, where are my textures? Oh shit, where are my models? Source 2, why are you crashing? Stop hang. My map just compiled and I have no idea why. My map.
Yeah. Wait, this is Source 2? I thought this was Unreal Engine. Damn. Those Source lighting, this Source stuff is nice. I got nothing to say about it. Anyway.
App won't compile, and I have no idea why. I spend 14 hours a day, 6.5 days a week, staring at a screen that mocks my existence with bugs, errors, and nightmarish software spaghetti. So I made a shaker cup specifically designed to sit on your desk to remind you why I'm taking so long. It's a messy design that's kind of schizophrenic, but creating videos that I truly care about will always be a messy endeavor. I even replicated the vibe in my room by adding a light-up coaster to mimic the Nanoleaf light panels that I've got running day and night. Only instead of being like $300+ an arm and a leg, it's like 95% cheaper. I haven't made a new shaker since the Insurgency Sandstorm video in December of 2022, so this is a rare treat and quantities are limited. I managed to get a full shipping container into the US just before the Trump import tariffs, and they are ready to ship to your door. Use code Badger for 10% off your order at the link below, and if you place your order today on Badger Day, May 29th, my Gamer Subs anniversary, you'll even get free shipping. I hope you're quick, because I imagine these are gonna go fast, and to make things extra personal, I'll even be writing handwritten thank you cards to 100 randomly selected orders that buy both the shaker cup and the glowing coaster. Thank you for hearing me out. Don't forget to use code Badger, and I'm ready to dive into this friend slot.
You know what? I will buy this shit now. I liked the design. Give me a second. I hope I get it in time. I'm doing it right now because I want to. Let's see the new shaker cup. Waifu cups. Yeah, I am buying that shit. Wait a second. Give me 1 second. What the hell? How much is it in shipping? Double the price of shipping? Oh, fuck no. What if I apply? Shit. You know what? What if I add this shit to the total? Mm-hmm. What if I add something? I don't know. Oh, that's it. Now it's eligible for shipping. Yeah. Yeah, that will be worth it. Wait, what? Wait a second. I did put everything the right way, right? Yeah. Yeah. I put the order the correct way. Order placed. Nice. Yeah, I just put an order on Badger's Pixel Cup on this spot. Yeah.
Okay, so you and 5 of your friends hop into a truck and crash into a map. Your emoji overlord, the Taxman, needs you to complete a mission called a repo, which is a retrieve, extract, and profit operation. I think it's easier to call it an ERPO because everything starts with the extract. Instead of needing to log all your loot onto a ship, then flying that ship to a tentacle trader to swap it for cash, which takes minutes, now all you gotta do is drop your shit on this nifty square to get sucked away and turn into cash in seconds.
We did it, Reddit.
There.
Well done.
Yeah.
Good job.
But meeting the quota of each extract is easier said than done because there is a main reason your friends are screaming at each other all the time.
Bada, orient, please. Bada.
What happened? That. We just lost
What
a
the
band.
fuck did I just see?
What are you doing? We
Do
just
not
lost a
pick up-
clean
Do
rat.
not pick up that little duck.
Uh-oh,
There's a
alien.
little
Oh, another 200. Dude, stop.
I thought you
What's
were
up, Fred?
We should save this one for
Holy shit.
All right, well, hold on.
Fragile. Every bit of loot you can get your grubby little semi-bot hands on is incredibly fragile, and the slightest nudge from any other object, including your teammates, will shave off value or in some cases completely destroy it.
All right, guys, we got him in the bathroom.
Oh,
Let's give him a
what?
swirly.
You just broke my vase. If you ask me, this minigame of physics is where the fun and difficulty begins. Your Gmod Fizz Gun gives you tremendous control over each object because Scroll Wheel lets you pull items close, push them far away, and even rotate them, which is a critical skill when moving certain valuables.
Okay, can you guys
There's no
please
way
be
you
very
shotgun
careful with
this whole
this?
thing.
Very careful.
Oh, damn. Oh, did you make that? That's a really good sword.
I said be very careful.
Yeah.
Let me put that whole sword up my ass.
You might think carrying individual items back to extract sounds like an abstract sort of hell, and you'd be right. But that's where a magical cart comes into play.
Oh.
I'm doing tricks on this bitch, bro. Like,
I got the sled.
No. Shut up, Goku.
I got it. Man, get your fat ass out of the car. Go faster.
Gone are the days of walking one single item back to extract, because now you can drop your loot into this handy little padded sled that does no damage to your items and move on to the next.
This was me when I first saw my wife.
This is me when I see an Arby's chicken bacon Swiss.
Oh my god.
Unfortunately,
wait.
padded sled that does no damage
Was that heavenly?
to your items and move on to the next.
This was me when I first saw my wife.
This is me when I see an Arby's chicken bacon Swiss.
Oh my god.
Unfortunately,
God.
more valuable items tend to be larger and more awkward to move, which means they've got to be moved manually. These items are not only big, but also heavy, which means they'll require at least 2 teammates to lift home to extract. Like, when's the last time you saw one guy carry a fucking server rack home?
No.
I licked all
Yeah, I've seen one guy carrying a lot of heavy shit.
it around, baby. Throw it in the trunk. We gonna get out of here.
Hey man, you try to play Minecraft? We got a whole server rack, and we got mods for it too.
Oh my god, this is gonna be a colossal task.
Nah. You gotta rotate, pivot, and then we just pull it up the steps.
What the fuck is this thing doing? Oh god.
Hey, did you grab the duck?
What the hell?
His fucking head rolls down the stairs. All right, question answered. This is what
my
Elon
fingers.
Musk is doing at the FDA.
Bro, just pull it up. Yeah, we need this,
Without
bro.
server
Trust me.
racks.
Yo, he walked straight up in the DOE. Was like, I need this. Y'all are not playing Terraria like that. I got this shit. That's got a calamity on it right now.
There is such a thing as too much help on moving an object, because a 3-person lift performed by 5 people makes things harder with all the additional jerking, yelling, and unnecessary input.
There's no way you guys
all right.
are getting this shit
Hold it on
out
end.
of
Hold it on
this
end. Hold it on
room.
end.
Where the fuck are you going? This way, you fucking idiots.
Okay, lift that shit up. Lift that shit up.
We're dragging. We're dragging. Why is no one picking up
Minus-
the other end?
Make my shit.
$919.
Make my
Okay, rotate it. Please rotate it. Bro, fix my fade right now.
Fix my shit
All right,
right now.
17.
Make my shit straight, bitch.
$17 trillion in one
No,
pass. That's what we like to see.
1738, dumbass.
Actually, stand it up. Stand it up. Stand it up.
No,
stand it
you
up.
can
Hold on.
you can
chill
lay
out.
it down diagonally.
Damn, Freddy
you-
Fazbear, the general contractor.
I got this shit on lock, bro. We charge
What's up, bro?
$140 an hour. Shut
Define
up.
diagonal.
Someone really does look like my.
So then what is diagonal?
So it's like up, but like a little like this way.
Holy shit.
Oh my god, that's the dumbest shit I've ever heard.
What's your input?
And this is the dumbest shit I've ever seen.
Good, bro.
Being careful with objects is not just about preserving value, but also about preserving your life, because whipping around heavy items can be just as dangerous as any monster.
Why are you guys spinning it?
Why not?
Why not? What are you, the fucking cops? What are you, narc?
I had a phenomenal.
Who the fuck is Sailor Moon?
Yeah, we're centrifuging the piss out of you right
Now let's say you've gotten all kinds of valuable items back to your extract, along with the heads of your robot teammates for revival. What now? If you have sufficient items to meet quota, your items are automatically sucked away after a brief delay. Any heads you've collected will turn into revived teammates, and one of 2 things will happen. If this is your final extract, like your first map will only have 1, all you need to do is make your way back to the truck to exit. If this is not your final extract, the machine spits out a tax return, which is the value of your items that exceeded the quota, so you can use this big bag of money on your next extract, which is your job to find on the map. You see, unlike Lethal Company, where you're only trying to fulfill one big quota, Repo has you focus on completing smaller quotas at each extract in order to progress, and I think this approach of keeping everything on one map is superior.
Damn, we are just stacking so much money this round. Holy shit.
Registered flex offender reporting for duty. Yeah.
Now that you're
So much money this round. Holy shit.
Registered flex offender
Flex offender. I heard something else.
reporting for duty. Yeah.
Now that your extracts are complete and you made it back to the truck in one piece, it's time to spend your questionably obtained cash at the most dangerous location in Repo, the shop.
Oh. What? What's happening?
Oh, it's just beeping. I thought it was going to explode.
Like this mine? This doesn't explode. It's innate. It does
Mine's gonna explode. Following a successful repo, the shop is where you can spend on upgrades and items to make the next level easier. Upgrades include health, stamina, sprint speed, strength for lifting heavier objects, range for longer beams, extra jump to access higher places, a map player count thing nobody uses, and a tumble launch upgrade. You see, in repo, you can be standing normally, crouching to reach hidden objects or hide from monsters, or tumbling, where you become a tiny little guy, so you can fling yourself long distances or become a projectile and damage people. But while you're in this tumbling state, you can also be picked up and controlled by your teammates, theoretically to help them reach inaccessible areas of the map like a ceiling, but in reality it's just a tool to bully somebody.
Look at this little guy. Look at this little guy.
Oh my god, it's like a Rock Raiders, right?
Okay, I need your best joke, Vada.
Raiders.
I want to be free. I want to be free.
Your best joke and I'll let you go.
All right. Let's say hypothetically. Hold on, I just got a text
message. Message. Message.
Yeah. That's becoming a thumbnail. Wait a second, I need to get rid of everything on the screen. Oh, except for that.
Hypothetically, hold on, I just got a text
message.
Yeah, that's it. I will turn that shit into a thumbnail. That's too funny to not to be a thumbnail.
Now, the reason the shop is so explosive is that it's the first time you have access to so many items in the game. Like, if it's the first time your buddies can get their hands on a shotgun, you know they're gonna do something stupid with it.
What are you doing, guys?
Dude, nothing, bro. Nothing. Absolutely nothing.
You know, sometimes you just want to hit a little, you know, just gotta persona.
Where it's looking like an 18-karat run of bad luck, but the truth is, I'm gonna shove this shotgun up my ass.
You're not gonna
persona.
Okay. How does it work though? Do you just hit the shutter button and it takes the picture? Dude, I think that's the weirdest guitar.
And beyond the novelty of having access to new items.
God damn it. This explosive humor made me so sadistic. I find the pain of others, the comical pain of others, way too funny. When somebody gets hurt by absolute accident, by a funny accident. I am sadistic as fuck.
Items, the other aspect of the shop that makes it so dangerous is boredom. While your skill players are buying necessary upgrades and equipment, everybody else has nothing to do and will inevitably fill that void with some dumbass activity, myself included.
What is this? A mine?
I don't mind.
Also, guys, you spread all of the shit around the room immediately. We can't buy anything.
That's a gun.
Fuck out of here.
That's not a gun.
Guys, can you just put the bombs down for 15 seconds? I'm trying to buy this. Oh my god.
You can share health between teammates just by clicking on them, but any upgrades you purchase are not shared between teammates. Although running a mod that makes it so all upgrades are automatically shared with everybody is popular. And there's an exploit that everybody abuses where you can steal health kits from the shop by dragging them back to your truck without paying for them and spamming E at the loading screen.
Grab a little health kit. Grab a health kit. Grab a box. Grab a box.
Spammy.
I got my shit.
Oh, 100. I can give health to whoever needs it.
The items and upgrades you cop at the shop are not only critical for extracting as much loot as possible, but also helping you survive the next chapter of this video. The monsters.
There's an onion here.
I have a grenade.
Yo.
Wasn't the other players enough? We have actual monsters? Yeah, they don't have shit on us.
Oh, you know that guy in Dead Space 3?
It actually worked!
exactly
What a
what
bad
it is.
lad! That worked perfectly!
Holy shit.
Why the fuck did you run up to him and say, you know that guy in Dead Space?
Yeah, he just blew us up.
Friend swap would not be friends.
Got it too late. I never played Dead Space. I'm sorry.
Flop without some SCP creatures running around sabotaging your whole operation. And the critters this time around look and sound completely novel.
Oh shit!
What's that?
What?
You're
Hey.
such a bastard. You're such a fucking bitch. How
What the?
Stop looking at it. Stop looking at it.
Stop.
Some monsters do feel similar to Lethal Company, but primarily feel unique and original with varying levels of danger, each annoying you in a certain way and being
Yeah, and even more various levels of stupid.
encountered in a certain way.
Who's that guy?
You know, he might be blind and shit.
Guys,
but
you
like,
shut the fuck up.
He's just so bad. He cranked you out, dog. He slimed your ass.
Yo, everyone needs to shut the fuck up, dude. I swear to God. I just watched 5 people die in front of me because everyone has to get their bit in, and a guy with a gun does not care.
You alter your behavior to deal with the dangers of each monster enhances the whole experience. Like not being able to speak to your teammates with a monster blocking your path is a special kind of difficulty.
What?
Fuck it, I'm running past him. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. I'm out of here.
I mean, if your loot game is strong enough, you can dispense with the sneaking tactics and bulldoze every monster with a shotgun. But with the extreme price tag and limited ammo, you better be a crack shot.
Oh yeah. Oh, shoot that.
I don't fucking
Oh my
think
god.
so. Strap goes flying across the room. Like I give a fuck. I hope it negligently
Slide
discharges.
upon the operative.
He's right there. He's right there. He's right there.
Oh, he fell. Yo, you can pick him up. You can pick him up. Slime him right now.
Hello?
Oh,
He ain't dead. He ain't dead. Slime him again. Yeah,
wow.
Nice.
He takes
Excellent.
2
Not
shots.
even a fart.
Excellent.
I shot him.
Okay, everyone else's life is irrelevant because I have a gun. It's a $100,000 gun, so it's way more important than I live.
Skulker would let his battle buddy die in combat.
Bro, this is a $100,000 shotgun. Yeah, how much could my battle buddy's life possibly be worth?
I absolutely love the creativity on Semiworks' part to make these monsters unique. You've got this duck that is completely harmless as long as you don't touch him. You've got gnomes that are entirely after your loot, and you've even got a trudge,
Oh.
which is,
What the fuck?
Trudge just fucking kills you.
What the hell is that?
That's the trudge. Don't get sucked in.
Oh, nice.
Jesus.
What the fuck is that?
Oh, got fucking slurped.
Yo, there's a fucking frog after me.
Nice. Not
God
nice.
damn it.
The monster I saw most frequently was ironically the clown, because anytime I was doing some dumb shit, his ass would show up and stomp us into the ground while lasering our loot.
I'm gonna bonk you, Grouse. Stand still. I wanna bonk you. on the head.
No. Hit. Oh.
Oh, we're so broke.
Destroyed like half the fucking loot, too. God damn it.
Try again. I dare you.
Big ass vase.
Oh, I missed.
Take it to the pit. Take it to the pit. Take it to the pit.
What happened, Sigrid?
They shoved her in the pit. Oh, that's a bad guy.
Yeah, that was kind of payback, Kevin. That was kind of
Fucking bitch! You got a problem, man! No, I don't give fuck.
Monsters will drop loot if you kill them, whether it be with items or by slamming them into the ground with a high enough strength stat, so there's never been a better time to smash a baby into the ground.
Up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. Yeah, baby!
We killed the baby!
Let's go! Bonk! Bonk! Down. Up,
down,
down. Up, there. Well done.
Yeah. Stupid bitch.
Yippee.
All right, let's go.
Open up, Casey.
$4,500. Nice.
And it typically goes that the stronger and more difficult the monster is to take down, the greater the loot they'll leave behind when you crack their head open.
Freddy Fazbear tackle,
What the
bitch.
fuck did I do? Joe Biden?
Oh,
Hello.
Oh, God, Joe Biden. Bitch.
do it again.
Bitch.
Do it again.
Fuck you, Sleepy Joe.
Grab his ass.
The
Grab his
dark
ass.
will take me.
Grab his ass.
Yeah, those jokes about Joe Biden got a little bit. Yeah, they didn't age well, but who gives a fuck?
Grab his ass. Yo, Joe Biden's over there lost the shit. I'm gonna go hit him with this bag of money real quick. Hey, stupid. Hey, my bad, cuz, my bad.
Oh.
Badger, I hope you like
He did it.
Yeah, he did.
Oh. thought you died killing him.
No, that's his soul. We just took Joe Biden's soul and threw it away.
Now let's say the monsters get the best of you and everybody dies. What then?
I was in this universe, I'd fucking die. Let me tell you.
A fight to the death between all your teammates on a disappearing platform to determine the king of the losers, awarding the winner a crown to be worn in the next game.
Fuck you, Badger!
Oh my god! You little fuck! No! Up, bitch! Up! Get your way!
A variety of weapons are dropped into the arena to spice up this final countdown to your demise, and none of them matter but the baseball bat. This is not a joke. The baseball bat is so fucking overpowered, I don't know why anybody grabs anything else.
Oh, I got a bat. Let me get that shit.
I gotta.
Oh, what the fuck? No way you hit me that hard.
Wow.
Oh, God, dude. Oh, he did it to us.
That's a home run, baby.
Yo, let me get it.
Holy shit, I got bonked so hard.
No.
Wait, that's a home run, baby.
Yo, let me get it.
Holy shit, I got bonked so hard.
No.
Gary, kill him. Gary, kill him.
Oh, he jumped in. He's sick with it. Yo, he got
Check that shit.
Don't you fucking run from me.
He jumped over
Food fight. Game. Or whatever they say in Smash Brothers.
I just saw a small purple baby get Louisville sluggered into outer space.
And once your loser is crowned, that's it. That's Repo. You boot up a new game and start the loop all over again. You can, of course, go to higher and higher
Sorry.
levels, more and more extracts, bigger and bigger quotas, more difficult terrain on every map, and more upgrades to help you, but to me, that's all just linear progression of what you've already seen. It is worth noting that everything you've seen is modded gameplay, from the player count, to the shared upgrades, to the ridiculous cosmetics, and what you're looking at is not a vanilla 6-player experience. It's even funnier that more teammates actually leads to less teamwork, because I experienced some of the most selfish shit I've ever seen when our lobbies were at 10 or more players.
What happened?
He fell.
Motherfucker had too many beers. He fell in the hole. Hey, you know what? That's not my problem.
It is absolutely your problem because he's on your team. One at a time.
We gotta go.
Mickey freaking
There's too many.
killed me.
Shiny metal ass. I'm out of here.
Don't close the door. Then die.
Oh shit! Get in, buddy. Get in.
I can't leave game.
I can't leave game.
I can leave.
Get in.
It is so funny for Bada to say, I can't leave gang. And Gross is like, I'll leave gang. No problem.
I have no issue with leaving gang.
You said gang?
All I'll say is, when we're on company time, your coworkers, not that. You're not
You are not slime.
You should know that I glossed over some granular shit that I don't find important, like orbs that grant you special powers and crystals that recharge certain items like the shotgun. Personally, I use those things a grand total of 0 times.
The last thing you see before getting slimed out in Ottawa, Ontario.
I had a ridiculous amount of fun with Repo, because Semiwork knows how to make silly shit fun on an atomic level. From the googly eyes, to the mouths animated to your voice, to monsters that mostly just made me laugh.
Oh, you weird bitch. You fucking. Oh my goodness.
As impressive as the developers at Semiwork are, they did leave a few loopholes for Skulker to exploit as usual. He discovered that you can access a type of coding language called markup by using the chat box to do ridiculous actions. Like, instead of your character displaying 20-point font when you type something in chat, you can change that value to 10,000 and essentially flashbang people with giant letters.
Ready? Look at me. Are you looking at me?
That's a great bit.
Oh my god. Jesus Christ.
What? You didn't like this?
What? How are you able to do that? How are you able to do that? Wait, what the fuck?
What the?
No.
Akira!
What the hell?
You and I throw a fucking grenade at your head. The devs, I don't know why they did this, but there's markup. You have to type exact codes into the chat, and you can do markup. So you can do things like you can type Sprite, like with a certain character code around it. You can do different emojis. Hey, Badger.
What?
Badger.
Think fast, Chuckle Nuts.
Fucking.
I hope you know, Skulker, the thing that I find funnier than the flashbang is how you're deploying it. You're just putting an extremely large white character on my screen.
Yeah, it's fucking 10,000 point font.
Please don't go thinking that a tiny exploit is a dig at the developers. The fact that I can have this much fun in a game that isn't even a gigabyte in size speaks to their masterful design and makes my $10 purchase feel like a steal.
All friend slop games have to be $10.
This plate, this fucking fine china is $2,600. 2,600 smackaroos.
Isn't it weird to think about this game?
Wait, there's so much
is
stuff
less
in
than a
here.
gigabyte.
Yeah, when you compile code and like serialize it and stuff, it actually gets very small.
Yeah, I learned this at Freddy Fazbear's Pizzeria. They taught me that. Yeah.
And also you have learned how to eat children. Nice.
Didn't learn shit at Freddy Fazbear's Pizzeria. They fucking put you in a robot and crushed you alive.
No, that's true, bro. They gave us one free Khan Academy account, bro. It's going crazy. We taught Bonnie how to code, bro. He made a little robot.
We taught Bonnie JavaScript, bro. He keeps using the var keyword, bro. Just know what const means.
We taught Chica how to use the Miku Miku DDoS.
Dude. She doesn't know how to use type safety.
You should know that my entire opinion on this game is incredibly rosy because I got to play it with some of the funniest people on the planet, and there were so many moments that were worth sharing but didn't fit in the explanatory part of the video, so I'm gonna put them here. There's Betrayal, there's Screaming, and there's Doug Dimmadome, owner of the Dimsdale Dimmadome.
That was fucking awesome!
And even a friend all the way from France, Sarway, joined us to make things even more fun, because if there's one thing my homies do not understand, it's Europeans.
Denmark! What the fuck are you doing here? Keep an eye on Mickey. There's some Danes hanging around.
Before I go, do not forget about the Shaker Cup and the greatest energy drink in the world, Guacamole Gamer Fart 9000, in both caffeinated and caffeine-free. Using code BADGER gets you 10% off your entire...
Yeah, I have literally bought the Pixel Cup live right now, literally in the beginning, so I count.
Our GamerSupps order, and better yet, a ton of my buddies have codes now, so if you thought anybody in this video was especially funny, their codes will also be in the description. Like Bada has one now, Heavenly has one, Goose has one, Sarway has one, Skulker has one, almost everybody has one. You use their code on your order, that is money in their pocket, and I know they'll be so thankful. And if you're not a fan of S-tier energy drinks, please think of me the next time you buy something on Fortnite or the Epic Games Store, because my creator code, the Russian Badger, also lands me a dank-ass commission. All the streams that were used to make this video are available in their entirety on my VOD channel down below if you're looking for something longer to watch. Thank you for hearing me out, and please turn up the volume on your device.
See, I have neighbors, so...
I just don't care about them.
I just don't give a goddamn fuck.
The last thing you see before getting slimed out in Columbus, Ohio.
What?
You can get Bingus on your head? This is incredible.
Wait, Bingus? Yo.
Bingus is in this. You have Big Floppa?
Yeah, we're always Big Floppa. Always Big Floppa. Fuck Scrungo. Fuck whoever else. It's all about Big Floppa. Oh no, what the fuck is on your head? That ain't Floppa.
This is Bingus. What are you talking about? This is
Fuck
Bingus.
out of here with your fucking Bingus! Yo, not too much on Bingus, bro! Not too much.
Guess who just got kicked out of Starbucks for, yep, you guessed it, being white.
What?
What I gotta do to get you to say putain because it's funny?
Oh, you can say putain, yeah. It's not putain though, it's putain.
Putain.
Putain. Yes. No, not putain. Putain.
I didn't like this game until I heard.
As in Peter, the animal cultist. Nice.
The French voice coming out of one of these stupid fucking things. I love this shit now. That's so funny.
That's what I'm saying.
When I was in Sweden, I had to ask, like, the fucking, like, train transit employees how to, like, do shit. And they looked confused. I'm like, bro, I drive everywhere. I got a Walmart. What the fuck do you have? Right? Like, don't look at me. All right, don't look at me.
That was probably the biggest letdown in Paris. There was no Walmart, and I was like, all right, going in the B tier.
I saw, like, the Louvre, and I saw the Eiffel Tower, and I saw the Arc de Triomphe, and then there was like, where's the Home Depot? This shit fucking sucks.
And I went to Paris, there wasn't one Waffle House. Oh, fuck, I'm gonna boom my shit.
There was no Camry outside the Waffle House with a bullet hole in the door either. This shit.
Fuck, I'm gonna boom my shit.
There was no Camry outside the Waffle House with a bullet hole in the door either. This shit.
Okay. That's funny.
What the fuck's the point?
Javert and Les Mis went to the Senate. It was pretty awesome. Spoilers for Les Mis, by the way.
Man, I was gonna watch that tomorrow.
Yeah,
I think
You're
there
so
are
into
exactly
Les Mis.
0 people in here that even know what Les Mis is.
What? You think I don't watch musicals? The musical.
Okay,
I'm a
Heavenly,
bohemian.
name one character in Les Mis.
Stream.
Jacques.
Wolverine.
We're fucking whipping the Carter in you, fucking mongrel.
Mongrel dogs of the Empire.
Wait, did someone say something?
Tiananmen Square. Hey, my bad, bro. What happened, bro?
What happens when your keys call to you like the damn
Nervous tick as I pull the trigger on this Beretta 92 FS.
Nervous tick.
Nervous tick as I grab for the police officer's firearm.
Oh my god!
Thomas, what the?
You got the D weight on?
Xbox man.
That is like the worst fitting jersey I've ever seen in my life.
What? You don't fuck with me?
What?
You don't fuck with me?
What?
This shit is trash, bro.
This has to be a model.
This says Freddy fucking Fazbear.
This is worse than anything I've ever seen at the YMCA, ever.
I've seen some pretty fucked up shit at the YMCA.
Ask me the ball, man.
I'm gonna keep it a buck million. I've seen horrors at the YMCA.
You're gonna keep it a buck
sure?
million.
Buck million. I've been saying that lately. I'm gonna make it take
update,
off.
we're-
Kids, hey, Zoomers, listen to me. I know you watch this shit. I know you watch this shit.
We're
Buck
replacing
million.
grouse with,
There you go. There's your TikTok fucking phrase of the week to steal.
He can see your cigar smoke, you dipshit.
He's just mad because I'm chuffing fat fucking darts. Man, fuck it. I got too much work.
I'm hotboxing this bitch. My theater training.
Yeah.
What? Sorry about that one.
He's in pain. He's in pain. What about his misery?
Oh
It's the train whistle.
Oh, we can get a band going. How many coins I got? Hold on. I want you to know that was $53.61 a coin. Right on my desk. I gotta clean this up. Oh my god, this coin's fucking everywhere.
Holy shit.
Hold on, I gotta get it back in, guys. Give me a second. This might be a little while.
Level 8 wizard spell casting $53.
That spell fucking sucks.
Bro, take that shit to the strip club, you can make it hail.
I keep it in the socks. Throwing coins in the strip club, that's me.
I need the elevated position.
Down here.
Badger,
Get in your place.
turn around.
Get in your place. Get in your place.
Thank you.
Go.
Thank you.
Ow.
All right. Order. If I can have everyone's attention.
What's up,
If I can
Squidward?
have everyone's attention.
Thank you.
What's up?
Here we go, voila.
Shut the fuck! This is just sad.
Okay, go ahead, Goose.
I would just like to say, can you for 5 fucking seconds? Are you capable? I would just like to say, that if I could, for just a moment.
Run! What? It's coming.
These fucking tourists
Okay.
in the city.
Come here.
Oh,
non,
hello.
je ne regrette rien. Non, je ne regrette rien. Oh, ni le mal que l'on me fait.
What the fuck is she singing?
Come back. Eh, viens par là, toi. Ok, non, don't be with me. S'il vous plaît.
Sacré bleu. Sacré bleu.
Wait, that's not something we say.
We made that shit up.
We definitely do not say that.
Sacré bleu.
No, please stop
What the
it.
heck?
You're hurting my soul. Oh mon dieu.
Mon Dieu. Does it make you sad that the majority of the French that chat knows is all because of the spy from Team Fortress 2?
Oh no, I don't mind because Spy from Team Fortress is really freaking based. Like you don't know, but it's actually part of my lore. Like Spy is my dad.
What?
Yeah, he's my dad.
He's your dad? Last thing you see before getting...
So you're telling me you're a scout? Incredible.
slimed out in Paris, France.
Another hell.
No!
Wait, what?
Before getting slimed. What?
Yeah, he's my dad.
He's your dad? The last thing you see before getting slimed out in Paris, France.
Another hell. No! yeah, you keep breaking shit and making explosions everywhere.
A single thing, you motherfucker. What are we talking about?
You just broke it 600 just right there. I saw you. Oh,
how'd you get the piano on top of the
I
bed?
can't trust you. You're already breaking it. It lost about 100. I'm still in a dream. Snake eater. How about we purchase maybe something for Heavenly, huh?
Did you say
We
perchance?
got money. Purchase.
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 You mean purchase. Sorry, I truly did not. I did not understand.
Wait, how do you say it? How do you say it?
Purchase.
Purchase.
I thought you said perchance at first, which is like, could I possibly?
All right, are we stopping here? We're gonna keep going.
Yeah, I should probably take off and then I'll come back after dinner.
I prefer it. I can eat.
Oh, are you gonna have snails, or is that only a special occasion thing?
Is that Metal Sonic behind him? Behind her? Metal Sonic behind the French. Nice. Fucking meat shield.
It's like if I say, like, are you going to have hot dogs and hamburger right now?
I mean, I might.
Yes. The answer is yes.
Yes.
I enjoy a hamburger.
Biggest fucking burger in our country.
Snake is a delicacy you'd have for maybe Christmas.
Yeah.
Oh, for real?
It's actually
Well, I'm
pretty
gonna
good.
go have a burger right now.
It does taste
Yeah,
great.
imagine a
It's
snail
done
burger,
with
though.
butter.
Yeah.
Everything just keep walking like
we
you're actually
in that, bro. A snail burger.
I'm about to
Snail
munch on
burger.
a burger out here, man. I know there's a 5
Yeah, I'm doing my own thing.
Or at least like 3 dudes.
All right.
Fucking
This is going well.
This is a new game with no F at all. What are you even doing? Yeah, good that carries the game, you know. The Americans, they like putting
Hey,
around.
no, slow down all that carry the
I got
game
Team
shit. I'm
Captain.
carrying the
I got-
game.
I
right
got-
now.
I have my
got
friend
LeBron
Shiki over
right
there.
Little guy.
It's right
You
here.
think little guy.
Slam him on the ground.
No.
Fucking head off.
Casey is the one voice of reason in this entire chat.
Little guy.
Casey is the one voice of reason in this entire chat.
Little guy. We have to kill him, Casey. No, shove him in the microwave. We need to shove him in the microwave. Casey.
No, put him in the microwave. I am the microwave.
Got a main bitch. Got a mistress. Couple hood girls, man. I'm so. Wait, I forgot the word after that. Hey, what I stand for? Brick Squad.
Ah, fuck it.
In
fuck it,
public
I can't-
spaces.
Get out of bed. Get out of bed. Get out of bed. Get out of bed.
Why'd you start the card? Why'd you start the card? I'm gonna say slurs. Whoever started the card, I'm gonna say so many fucking slurs. I swear to fucking God. Which one of you fucking listed absolute great IQ motherfuckers started the card? Holy shit. I know you dropped on your head as a fucking card.
Dude, the characters are so expressive.
I love Heavenly so fucking much. The amount of just clapbacks that he can give in a minute. And how he's just clapping Centra's cheeks. Oh, that's wonderful.
I love this.
I love eating mulch. Mulch is delicious.
I love
I'm out
burning
here
fossil
petromaxing.
fuels.
I'm
I
out here burning
stole your
fossil
catalytic converter.
Uncharted 4 begins something new 30 events of Uncharted 1 within the confines of a Panamanian jail.
The missile. Dog, you
No.
are actually cooking our graphics cards right now.
Dude,
this is
what?
not a joke. My frames.
My frames! I look away from you, 144 frames. I look at you, I have 5 frames.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
my-
This is the fucking neutron star for my graphics card, dude.
Holy shit.
He put on every mod.
This is scarier than any monster. I have to look away. I have to look away. I have to. Yo, stop. Please, please, please. I feel
Oh
like
my
a
God.
I just can't stop it. No! You can't stop it!
Goose, just look
What?
at me and hit clear. I just want to feel my frames get better.
All right, you ready? Here,
Yes.
here.
Ta-da!
Oh my god, that is so incredibly buttery smooth now.
This is the power that ain't this just edited JD Vance right here? Like the meme picture of him? Which one? Dignify it with my body. Yeah, let me pick you up. Press Q. Press Q. There you go. So there's that one right there. That looks like the edited version. There's also this one. This looks like cursed.
No, that shit. Okay, that shit. Hold on. Give me Dustin. Give me Dustin. That shit. That shit is right here. Like I give you 8 Miller Lights. You give me 1 DUI.
Wait,
yeah, put him in the stew. Put him in the stew.
I'm too young.
Put him in the stew.
In the stew. In the stew.
Once better, this is shit working on stream. I'll send us through.
God damn that video!
That's
a strong ass step, yeah!
What wants to really do?
Fucking on robots. Call me Joaquin Phoenix.
My turn. Yeah, not much.
Strong ass slurp.
What's going on here?
I'm bringing you back in your rifle chariot.
Yo, wait, yo, Slender Man's in here.
Look how negative your aura. And matter of fact, pick him up and kill him.
No, you ain't strong enough for that shit.
No. So pick him up, you put him in here, and then we stick him in baby jail where he can't get out.
That's so fucked up. Release me! Release me!
Dude, they're doing this to me at fucking work tomorrow.
Don't let him clip. Don't let him clip out. Release me. Okay, let's see if you can clip out.
Step away. What is that?
And that's about it, dog. I kind of wanted to see if I could flashbang you with my forehead here if I go directly off the sun. I think I can. Thank you so much for watching my video, and be sure to tune in next time when I don't even know what I'm doing yet. I might do the silly-ass COD cosmetics or like play Deep Rock Galactic or something else you guys constantly email me about, but who knows? I know one of you is going to be in the comment section like, play Killzone 2, Badger.
Yeah, that's fucking wonderful. Oh my goodness. I haven't laughed so fucking hard in months. Oh, fucking brilliant. Absolutely fucking brilliant. I will need to take a piece a little bit. So here you go. Enjoy the music. fucking hell. My software is at it again, right? Give me a second. Why can you listen to music? Ah, this is why. Oh wait. Wait, wrong one. Why the fuck can't you hear media source? You can't hear anything. What the fuck? Oh wait. Is that a fucking... Ah, here's why. I'm a fucking idiot. I get it now. What kind of an idiot am I? Okay, everything is good. Everything is alright. Thank God. So, let me get it back to order. Up. Okay, everything is good now. Okay. Now after the ultimate shitpost that made me laugh very well, let's go next to the Science of Doom's Best Moment by Kyle Hill. I love to watch some science fiction. Okay, let's see.
Against all the questions the internet can conjure, all the science fiction mankind can produce, we will send onto them only you.
Nice.
Science and tell. Until it is done.
Okay.
Now entering the facility.
Very few video games have ever made me feel as cool or as powerful as Doom. I especially like how in the more recent entries in the series, how much they lean into the psi in their fi. It leads to some truly ludicrous moments, like this moment in Doom Eternal, where they literally blow a hole in Mars. How much energy would it even take to do that?
Yeah, that was fucking epic. Back when Doom Eternal was released, I watched so many people just doing let's plays of Doom Eternal. I never played the game itself. Sadly, I do have the game, but I still didn't have the opportunity to touch it. But I should do it, honestly. I should play it. I played 2016, I had fun. I need to play Eternal, which will be even more fun. Whatever.
Powerful is the BFG. Aria Hayden will take us in.
Beep boop, I'm a tall robot now.
So here is the scene in question. Doom Guy is on Phobos, a moon of Mars, but he has to get to the center of Mars to reach an ancient city. So what does he do? Well, of course, he manhandles the BFG 10,000 with a pull of a trigger. Bam! There's a hole in the planet below. Since we're not just Doom guys, we're science guys, how should we go about initially estimating the energy of an event like this?
Does blowing a hole in Mars actually appeal to the male fantasy?
Yes, Arya. Embracing wanton destruction and a lack of introspection is totally healthy for, us.
Yep. Yes.
To find the energy and the power of the BFG in this scene, we need to estimate how much material it is affecting. To do that, we are going to compare the hole created in this scene with a high-resolution map of Mars from NASA. It looks like the hole is almost the exact same size as this crater on the Martian surface, which has a real-life diameter of around 110 kilometers. Doom Eternal says that this hole goes all the way to the core of Mars, so we need the radius of Mars, which is 3,390 kilometers. To make things as simple as possible, we're going to assume that this hole created by the BFG is basically a cylinder, the volume of which comes out to be
32 quadrillion cubic meters.
What?
The average density of the Martian mantle is around 3.5 grams per cubic centimeter, so in total, the BFG 10,000 has to move
14 quintillion kilograms
of rock in just a second or two. That's like obliterating the third largest asteroid in the solar system in the blink of an eye.
What?
It's a lot. 10 to the 20 kilograms is a lot of material for the BFG to get through. And it looks like it does so with a single massive laser pulse that vaporizes a hole in Mars. Now, if that's what it is truly doing, then it's going to take an unholy amount of energy to do so.
Unholy, like the idolization of masculinity that equates physical strength with personal worth?
Yes? It looks to me that Doom's BFG 10,000 is actually just a giant laser weapon. And if it is, then it's removing material from Mars via vaporization, or putting enough energy into some material to turn it into gas. You know, vapor. How much energy it takes to do so depends on the material. For example, take an ice cube. No, that's the guy, Arya.
You're telling me this Doom guy likes little rabbits?
No, that's Ice-T, Arya.
Beep boop.
Take an ice cube. To make it into vapor, you first have to bring it to its melting point, which takes some amount of energy. Then you have to give it a little extra kick to make it change phase from solid into a liquid. Then you have to take that melted liquid and bring it to its boiling point with more energy, and then give it another kick of energy to make it change phase from a liquid into a gas or vapor. Thankfully, when it comes to vaporizing Martian rocks, a lot of the math has been done for us, or at least we can estimate it. Instead of getting stuck in math hell here, we're going to use numbers for the vaporization energies of rock that the mining industry has already calculated for the lasers that they use. That energy seems to be around 30 kilojoules per cubic centimeter. Remember that we have to get through
quintillions of kilograms of Mars.
So multiply these numbers together, and we get a minimum total output for the BFG 10,000 in Doom Eternal of
1 octillion joules.
What joules? Science is too much for me.
Imagine that you constructed a Dyson sphere around the sun. This is the amount of energy that it would collect in total over 2 seconds. That's ridiculous. If we're staying sci-fi, the BFG is still around 100,000 times less powerful than the Death Star, but we're not obliterating a whole planet, just making a hole in one, so I guess that makes sense. Note that we are making a lot of estimations and averages and assumptions here, so to check our numbers for the Doom game, we are going to play a different game. This is Universe Sandbox, a fantastic science and physics-based space simulator where you can do pretty much anything that your heart desires. We're going to use this game today to simulate what might happen in the Doom Mars scenario. But just as an example of what you can do in this fun game is, let's give Earth some extra moons and see what happens. How about 3? Oh, no.
Lord.
And yep, everybody's dead. Or
Yeah.
let's see what happens when you delete the sun. Surely one run-of-the-mill star won't have that much effect on the rest of the planets if it suddenly disappears.
Yeah, I know about it enough.
Oh.
Oh.
You can actually see ice forming on Earth as it gets
Sheesh.
colder. You see the surface temperature rapidly dropping as Earth is flung out into the cold expanse. And you can do some fun sci-fi stuff like shooting lasers at planets. So what we're gonna do is zoom into Mars, select an appropriately powered laser, just like the Doom's BFG, and then we are gonna see whether or not we can make a crater or a hole to the core of the planet like you see in the game, or if things get a little bit more complicated when you try to replicate them in an accurate way. Let's start by zooming into Mars. We're going to zoom into our target, which is right here. What we want to do is make sure we keep an eye on this region right here to see if its elevation changes. That means we have made a hole. Now we are going to select our laser, and funnily enough, the Galactic Empire Super Laser is already one of the options that we can pick, and it's already green, very BFG. However, this is actually too many Yotta watts. We just want 1,000 Yotta watts to match what we calculated. So we're going to set that, and then we're going to go to the selection on Mars that we want to monitor. Remember, we want to see what displacement or change in elevation actually happens, and fire.
Oh.
You can see for just a second, for fractions of a second, we go to many tens of thousands of degrees Celsius. We zoom out here, and if we speed up the simulation a bit, we can see how that energy dissipates outwards. You can see how regions of Mars are melting.
Oh.
And if we speed up even more, you can see that dissipation of energy, Celsius rapidly going down as the planet radiates some of that energy back out into space. However, you will notice, as we go back down to real time, that the displacement didn't change at all. The elevation and displacement didn't change at all, even though we used the appropriate amount of energy. If we even zoom out further here and close our laser, we can see that we blew a bunch of material out into space, whether that's melted ice, superheated atmosphere. Some of Mars is now in space because of our simulated BFG shot. But what we don't see is any change in elevation here. Why? Well, that's because laser drilling doesn't work in an all-or-nothing kind of single laser pulse like you see in Doom or you see in Star Wars. No, laser drilling needs to happen in many pulses because lasers can get held up by the material that explodes out of this ablated process. It can get caught up in the smoke and other material. So really, you need many, many, many pulses to affect the Martian surface. So let's see if we can do something that's not quite like Doom, but does achieve what we want to achieve. So we're going to go back to our laser weaponry. We're going to make it much, much more powerful than the BFG just to see if we can affect the surface of Mars. Again, we want to inspect this target region specifically because that's where it hits in the game. What we're looking for is a change in elevation. We're looking for a hole in the surface of Mars, as Samuel Hayden would put it. So let's go back to the laser weapon.
You can't just pull a hole into the surface of Mars. Sorry.
And we have about 25 seconds to 1 second in our simulation time, and bam. Bam.
Huh?
Bam.
What?
Bam.
Oh, there is something.
Bam. If you look over at what's actually happening in this physics simulation, over here, our elevation is actually changing by many hundreds of meters, meaning that we are blasting material out into space. and we are heating up the planet a significant amount. The other thing to notice is that even though light doesn't have mass, it does have momentum. And we are hitting Mars with so much energy, watch this, it's actually being pushed out of its orbit. Bam. Moves a little bit, bam. It moves a little bit. The other thing to notice is that the ice on Mars is turning into water as this happens. So we're losing 100 meters, 100 meters, 100 meters of material, 100 meters of material, 100, bam, bam, we're really making our way into Mars. But as you can see, even with this unbelievable, enormous amount of,
Whoa. Mars is no more.
We destroyed Mars. We put too much energy into the planet too quickly to try to replicate what happens in Doom Eternal. Thankfully, this is just a simulation, and Mars is totally still there. We don't have to worry about anything. I deleted it. Where did... Mars is gone. When we put our situation in a physics simulator, we find that Doom's BFG 10,000 blowing a hole all the way into Mars doesn't really work. And we know that for sure because that's not how effective laser drilling works in real life. You need many smaller laser pulses over time to effectively make that hole. And that's because lasers can interfere with themselves. The material and the smoke that you create via vaporization can actually get in the way of your laser beam. But slowly drilling your way into the surface of Mars is not nearly badass enough for the Doom guys. So I see why they did what they did. I'm just giving him some numbers to work with.
Administrator.
Don't rip my head off.
The Doomslayer has breached the facility.
What?
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
He just wants a hug.
Oh. You see, strength can be vulnerable sometimes. And that's okay. I just learned something about myself.
Beep boop.
Okay.
Until next time.
Now exiting the facility.
Thank you so much to the very nerdy staff here at the facility for their direct and substantial contribution to the making of this episode. If you want to join the facility, if you want to drape on a only slightly bloodied lab coat, if you want to see videos early, if you want behind the scenes photos and videos, if you want a private Discord where you can ping me at any time of day, go to patreon.com/Kyle Hill and join the facility today. And hey, if you support us just enough, you get your name emblazoned in crimson. Except not in every single video that we make, and we're so appreciative. There's hundreds and hundreds of you. I have no idea how I'm just gonna stand here and pass. The other thing that I think sci-fi has perpetrated in our brains with regards to planets and shooting lasers and things at them is that planets don't explode. I have looked this up before, and I've tried to give sci-fi the benefit of the doubt, but there's no known mechanism where a planet could just explode randomly. Not like, DBZ or something where the core of the planet's unstable, it's going to explode. That just doesn't happen. It needs to be hit with something. And even if it was hit with like a gamma ray burst, it probably wouldn't explode. It would just, sterilize the whole planet clean, which is much more badass, if you ask me. But who asked me, right?
Yeah. Oh, wonderful video, wonderful video. I have learned something today. And that's surprising. Okay, bonus video, bonus.
As I was raising her, I taught her to meow on command. The command is meow meow, and she'll respond. Ready? Meow meow.
Curiosity killed the cat.
Oh!
He's giving it all he's got.
Nice. Oh, I love
Bang,
Munchkin.
you're dead. Roll over. Good girl, Stormy, come here.
When you panic before observing,
Hey, can I have some Chex Mix? Hey, can I have the Chex Mix? I bought it. Hey.
a dance between hunger and miscalculation. Hanging in there, literally.
That's one hell of a belly. Aww. That was cute. That was so cute. First one made the proud the dead face. Yeah. Oh, fucking wonderful. Okay, let's see. What else do I want to see? What the hell? Okay, and after watching a cute cut, now to the horror beyond human imagination. Strange House in an Alpha Minecraft World. Video by Retro Gaming Now. I guess this is covering some RG. I wanted to watch this video back when it came up. I was saving it for today. So let's watch it today. Let's go. Copyright Retro Gaming Now.
On October 31st, 2010, a user named Deadskin Mask uploaded a video to YouTube. It's called Very Strange House in Minecraft That I Did Not Build.
Is that the weird shit on the mountain or on some mountain? I remember it.
Let's watch the first few moments.
Hey guys, what's going on?
Yeah, it is that one.
I have a little bit of a weird video here right now.
Dead mentions that he created a nether portal near his base, using it to fast travel to another place in the overworld. When he exited, he stumbled across something odd, a sharp vertical cliff jutting out of the ground.
Yeah, that one.
It is 100% like flat over here, and there's even like you can see into caves.
Dead
yeah, loading of new chunks. That happens.
Approaches this cliff and mentions that he sees a structure sticking out from the top.
Once I got over here, I saw in the distance right where my cursor is, there's like
that fucking music. Shit. I'm sorry, but that music is creeping me out. I need a second. Okay, I am back with a new bottle of soda. Okay, let's go.
Like a little
What the fuck? Oh, Discord.
walkway
Discord being Discord.
made out of dirt, and there's torches on it.
Caves are visible on the edges of the wall. Some of them are completely dark, an unnatural sight in the broad daylight. But one that Dead goes into is different. He enters to find that torches have already been placed.
There's a cave right here that you can go into. And it is partially lit up by torches.
There are other strange things as well, like water that won't fall down, suspended against an invisible barrier.
Yeah, and look at the water. How it's not pouring in.
Dead
looks like the chunk error from a new version.
Continues to retrace his steps, pillaring up to the top of the wall. And we begin to see anomalies that are much more unsettling. A set of stairs and then a house.
I have never been over here before, and there's torches placed around.
The inside of the dwelling is furnished, with crafting tables, furnaces, and crops. Rows of chests are full of equipment. Furnaces have stone that has been smelted, waiting to be retrieved. The implication is undeniable. This is evidence of another person who is living here. Dead exits the other door to find even more stuff outside, such as a bizarre cobblestone structure with water pouring down into a pit. Wooden logs dot the surface, burning perpetually. Deadskin returns to the mineshaft in the house. While descending the ladder, he notes that the lighting of the torches looks strange.
See that? How it gets like incredibly dark and then it fades to the lightest color over and over again.
There's nothing to find down here, save for a vein of diamonds that are unmined. So Dead heads back up. As he finishes climbing the ladder, we see that it is now nighttime. Then something rather interesting happens.
Yeah, this is... I did not do this. I didn't... Yeah, especially, like, look at this. I mean...
Yeah.
Did you see it? It's easy to miss, so let's go back a few seconds. Dead opens a chest. When he closes it, we see something outside. A strange red block, juxtaposed against the night sky. It's fully visible for one frame only, a 30th of a second. Then it disappears. Even as Dead walks closer to the door, there's nothing there. The strange...
Was that just a pig? I don't know. I think it was a pig. Pretty much fitting.
Block is not seen again. Very Strange House in Minecraft That I Did Not Build is one of the longest running Minecraft mysteries of all time. Tonight, we're going to take a deep dive into one of the most fascinating rabbit holes I've ever covered on this channel. Join me for a dive beneath the waves.
Very nice and very goddamn loud. Damn, he has some wonderful animations, to be fair. Oh, the Fox is streaming. Kirsha. Okay. Presented by Retro Gaming Now. Part 1. Discovery.
This video has captured the interest of the Minecraft community since 2010. This is not an ARG, it's from an actual alpha Minecraft player. Furthermore, it's not just a one-off video, it's part of a Let's Play series created by Deadskin. His first video is called Welcome to My Minecraft Home, and it was released a month prior on September 16th. Although this is the first episode, Deadskin has already played on this world for a bit. He gives us a brief tour, including a huge lava structure in the middle. This video kickstarted a series of 29 Let's Play episodes, but the 30th video would prove to be the most intriguing by far. So let's take a deeper look at this footage. There are many truly strange elements to this video, but there are also a few that are red herrings, products of the buggy alpha game. Around 6 minutes into the video, Dead walks through a tunnel of leaves that are not connected to any trees, but have not decayed. While it looks odd, this was the correct behavior at the time. leaf
Oh.
decay was disabled in Minecraft Alpha 1.2.0. It would be reintroduced in 1.2.3. Another apparent
Makes sense.
oddity is the wood logs that are on fire. They're first visible at 6:08. When they return at 7:52, none of them have burned down. The fire is still smoldering. But once again, this is a false oddity. At this point in development, fire could burn indefinitely if the sides were surrounded by non-flammable blocks. That's exactly the case with these burning logs. Other issues that might seem strange are the pitch-black caves or the dark blocks beneath the torches in the mineshaft. These are lighting glitches, and they are exceedingly common in Alpha Minecraft.
Yeah.
Both of these issues could be fixed if the area
I
was
mean,
up-
I had this type of glitches back when I was playing Minecraft Pocket Edition on my phone. No, on my tablet back in like 2015, 2016. Yeah, that was a fucking long time ago.
updated, such as by placing or removing a block nearby. This would cause Minecraft to recalculate the shadows. However, not all strange things in this video are so easy to explain. When Dead first approaches the stone wall, we see that the lake is split in two. The water is suspended against the air in a Riven-esque manner. This is another glitch that could easily be fixed by updating the blocks, which would cause the water to pour normally.
Yeah.
While both the dark lighting and suspended water are block update glitches, it's not very common to see water like this. And yet, this video has...
I see it even in the modern Minecraft versions. It's a common thing.
large sections of floating water, implying that there are many blocks that have not been updated. Then, of course, there's the most obvious anomaly of all, the huge swaths of land that are completely out of place. The sharp
Chunks.
vertical walls represent the boundary between two different landscapes with two different seeds. It's almost as if it was copied and pasted from a different world into this one, structures, mines, and chests included. These blocks have not been updated and they exist in stasis. They've been teleported from elsewhere. But this is a single player game, and Dead doesn't recognize any of this. How did it get here? And more importantly, whose house is this? And then there's that one little odd detail from the end, the mysterious red cube. What could this possibly be? If we look more closely, we'll discover that the cube appears not once, but twice, although it's very difficult to see without adjusting the colors. When Dead opens the chest at 12:47, the cube appears one frame later, barely visible in the distance. It disappears immediately after the chest closes. Then, when opening the second chest at 12:49, the cube appears simultaneously. It is visible for one additional frame after that chest closes. It is of course possible that this was added in editing, but the rest of the video shows no signs of modification. In my opinion, it appears as though it really is uncut alpha Minecraft footage. So is there anything in-game that could look like this cube?
Epic.
Well, the most similar block is red wool, although there's no way it could have been randomly placed and removed. Endermen did not yet exist, and they can't pick up wool anyways. So maybe it's a mob that somehow died, and what we're seeing is the red corpse. But this doesn't
No.
make sense with the timing. Each instance of the red block is visible for a different number of frames. Plus, for this to
Oh.
work, a mob would have had to die twice in a row. We also do not see the puff of smoke that we'd expect when a dead mob disappears. Curiously, this cube is not visible when Dead opens any other chests. It isn't seen the first time he opened the chest earlier in the video. It's not visible when the chests are closed, save for that one single frame. We have no other clues as to what this might be.
Sheesh.
And that's it for the video. A Very Strange House has several key mysteries to solve. The primary question is how these foreign chunks ended up here, chunks that Dead claims to have never seen before. Where is this house from, and who built it? The other major mystery is the red cube. It shows up for just a few frames and then is never seen again. Unfortunately, the video contains little in the way of explanations. While we can analyze it for evidence, these two key mysteries remain. Except there is one little thing that I haven't mentioned yet. Dead wasn't the type of
That
YouTuber to post a video like this and disappear. Instead, he backed it up with evidence by uploading his entire save file and putting it in the description.
Nice.
And now, nearly 15 years later, this archive is still available. It's time for us to actually play on one of the most fascinating Minecraft saves to ever exist.
Nice.
Upon joining, we'll find ourselves right where the video ended, next to the crafting table and furnace. As we explore the world, we'll find that it's exactly the same as what was shown in Dead's Let's Play series. We can follow the compass to reach Dead's base after several hundred blocks. The Nether portal is there, as well as the many other structures seen in his videos. I won't cover this part of the map in detail, as there isn't anything here that's
I deactivated the overlay for the reaction videos.
relevant to the mystery. The save itself is pretty big, so it would be helpful if we looked at a map. After a lot of searching, I was able to find an old version of Cartograph, a program that's able to create top-down maps of alpha Minecraft saves. Cartograph was created by a user named Zombuster, who has actually made an appearance on this channel before.
Really?
In my detailed Herobrine Origins video, Zombuster was the first person to mention creepy white eyes in Minecraft.
Ooh.
Unfortunately, this version of Cartograph is a little buggy, so please excuse the rendering artifacts that are visible. Let's get our bearings straight. The Strange House chunks are in the northwestern corner of the map, which is where the video takes place. The house itself is not easy to see since it's built into the side of the mountain. However, other elements are more prominent, such as the cobblestone structure and the floating dirt path. Below this are the sharp boundaries of the foreign chunks. They're mostly located to the northwest, although there is a narrower portion that extends several hundred blocks south. In the center of the map is Dead's original base. The lava structure is clearly visible. Dead had a habit of building smaller houses throughout the world, and we can see several of them here.
Oh.
I also explored these foreign chunks using an alpha map editor called MCEdit, which allowed me to fly and clip through walls. Although I was able to find the occasional lit up cave, I did not stumble across any other buildings in the foreign chunks. The Strange House area is all that exists. While these maps are certainly a useful visualization, they don't provide much new information that couldn't be found by playing the game. To progress in our investigation, we're going to have to dig deeper. To begin, let's take a closer look at how Minecraft Alpha saves work. The Minecraft world is split up into a grid of chunks. These are 16 by 16 block sections that extend from bedrock through the build limit. Every block you see in the game exists in some chunk, and all of the chunks together make up the Minecraft world. In Alpha, every chunk is its own individual file. Even a medium-sized world can quickly rack up thousands and thousands of these tiny files. One way that the game saves resources is to only load chunks that are near the player. When the player moves in a new direction, the game looks to see if there's a chunk file for that position. If so, it loads it into the game. If not, it generates a new chunk, saving that chunk as a new file. This is what's happening when you see the landscape popping into existence after beginning a new world. It's the game creating chunks that didn't exist. The result of this system is that not all chunks are loaded at the same time. Minecraft doesn't go through all the chunk files in a save, it only accesses and modifies the ones that it needs, those that are close to the player. For chunks that have been generated but are far away, the files lie dormant on the disk. The fact that every chunk is its own file is actually a really interesting property. We can look at the file's date modified attribute to see when a player was last nearby. Since every single chunk in an Alpha Minecraft save has its own date modified, we can see this information to a remarkably high degree of precision.
Nice.
It's possible to write code that goes through every chunk and looks at its date modified, plotting these results on a map. This gives us a visual representation of how recently sections of the world were accessed. Chunks in yellow are those which have been visited the most recently, whereas green and purple chunks were modified further back in time. The most recent chunks on this map were modified on October 31st, 2010 at 6:41 p.m. These are the chunks near the Strange House, where the game was most recently saved. Chunks that are further away have older date modified times. The area near Dead's base is a paler yellow, indicating that he was here earlier on the 31st. This makes sense too, as we know that he took a nether portal near his base. We can continue to go further back in time, where we find chunks that are on the outskirts. Most of these are relatively close to Dead's base, such as the area to the southeast, which Dead hasn't visited since September. These are chunks that were from early in the Let's Play. And yet, there are a couple of chunks that stick out from the rest. In the area surrounding the Strange House are two sections of dark purple chunks. These are the places that have not been updated in the longest time. So, how old are these chunks? The northern section has a date modified of September 7th, 2010 at 4:11 p.m., 1 week earlier than the date of the oldest Let's Play episode. That video was released on September 16th. In his commentary, Dead mentions that he's been playing on the world for 5 or 6 days. That would put the world's start date at September 10th at the earliest. But these chunks are from September 7th, 3 days before that. But we can go even further back. there's a tiny little sliver of chunks to the east that are even older, the oldest chunks on the entire map. These chunks have a date modified of September 2nd at 11:28 p.m.
What?
This is over a full week before Deadskin started playing on this world. Somehow, these Strange House chunks are older than the world itself. In fact, it seems as though Dead got remarkably close to finding the Strange House very early on. There's a section of the map to the north that was last modified on September 11th, which would have been either Dead's first or second day. We know that these aren't foreign chunks since there are no sharp boundaries, but this area is oh so close to the Strange House. If Dead had veered even 100 blocks to the west, he would have discovered the Strange House on his very first day playing the game. But he didn't, and it remained hidden for over 7 weeks. There are a precious few chunk files with the old date modified of September 2nd. The reason for this is that the rest of the foreign chunks had their date modifieds updated when Dead stumbled across them. If Dead had fully explored this area, then this critical piece of information would have been lost forever. Instead, we have an important clue about the nature of these chunks. We can further refine the date of the Strange House by looking at the blocks that are in the area. The most informative is the wooden fences, which were not added until Alpha 1.0.17, released on August 20th, 2010. We thus know that the Strange House was played on at least as late as this version. This produces an approximately 2-week window when the Strange House chunks were accessed. Shortly after uploading his video to YouTube, Dead made an accompanying post on the Minecraft forums where he explained his predicament. Unsurprisingly, the most common response was one of disbelief. Forum members lobbed accusations of fake, hoax, trolling, BS, and just trying to get views. It's honestly hard to blame people for this reaction. After all, the video was released on the spooky day of Halloween. Furthermore, the Herobrine story had come out just a few months ago in August. It included some infamous fakery, such as Copeland's Herobrine discovery stream.
Yeah, I remember it. Hello! Hello.
Most people on the forums thought that Dead's video was in a similar vein, a false story designed to trick gullible viewers. However, not everyone came to this conclusion. There were a handful of people who gave Dead the benefit of the doubt, offering logical explanations for what he had found. These users nearly universally agreed that this was some sort of chunk error. Chunks from another world had made their way onto this one. On a basic level, it's actually quite easy to blend multiple alpha worlds together. All you have to do is copy the appropriate chunks from one save folder and paste them into another. Minecraft doesn't care that some of the chunks came from a different world. It just loads them as is.
But would that mean he would at least know that he placed chunks from a different world? Maybe I lost the plot for a second. Bring that back.
Logical explanations for what he had found. These users nearly universally agreed that this was some sort of chunk error. Chunks from another world had made their way onto this one.
So
on a
by
basic
accident.
level, it's actually quite easy to blend multiple alpha worlds together. All you have to do is copy the appropriate chunks from one save folder and paste them into another. Minecraft doesn't care that some of the chunks came from a different world. It just loads them as is. But what was less clear was how this happened to Dead's world. Dead was very consistent in his assertion that he did not recognize the house. It was not something he had built on a different save file. So the key question became, how did sections of a foreign world end up on Dead's computer? Forum users had differing theories as to how. Some suggested that these chunks had been copied from a multiplayer world. Dead confirmed that he had played on a couple of multiplayer servers about a month prior. But this wouldn't explain it. A month earlier was October 1st, and the chunks were modified on September 2nd. Furthermore, multiplayer worlds are not typically saved on the disk. For this to be the case, it would have been a glitch that has no other known instances of it occurring. Other users suggested that this could have been part of a different local save. One user claimed that this happened to them specifically. After exploring for a few hours, they found a 100 by 100 block section of a different save game that they tested about a month earlier.
But wouldn't that mean that he did build that house at some point in the previous world? He would at least recognize the house.
User offered the following explanation. I found out that in some cases, when you use the option delete world, it's possible that it won't delete a whole folder of that world, and some chunks will stay as read-only until you start a new world and do stuff on that chunk. It's kind of sort of an error based on your PC specs. That is, a slower CPU will have more probability to cause this error. But this supposed delete world glitch also lacks supporting examples from others. There is one user who mentioned something similar from April of 2011, but this was after Minecraft changed how saves were stored. Furthermore, Dead makes no mention of copying any other worlds into his game files. This couldn't be a correct explanation either.
Yeah.
Then, there were a couple of users who offered an intriguing alternative, that the foreign chunk files had been on Dead's computer the entire time.
Okay, I need to go for a second, because my groin area is killing me right now. Be back in a second. Okay, I am back. And now let's keep watching. Hello?
A user named Antique Chrono said the following. This is indeed a chunk error. The house is from a save that comes with a pirated version of the game.
What?
In this theory, Dead did not download a clean install of Minecraft from an official source. He'd instead installed a bootleg copy, one that still had leftover save data from the uploader's world. Perhaps Dead's World 1 folder wasn't completely empty when he started the save. This is one way that unrecognized chunks could have ended up on Dead's computer. The strongest supporter of this theory was a user named Zappa. In fact, this very thing happened to him with the exact same house. It's not an error or anything, it's in his save file, because whoever started the pirated copy of Minecraft had the save within the files. I spawned there when I first started playing. I died and formed a new base down the road, and died again and formed another base far, far away. I recently refound those bases. So there you have it. It's not an error or anything else, just someone else's save.
Evidence, please? Can you show up some evidence? Because I won't believe some words, you know. This is back. Wonderful. So, evidence, please? Some physical evidence?
But Zappa took it a step further, because later that day he posted pictures of the house in his world. Let's take a look. Or let's not, I guess. Unfortunately, these screenshots are no longer available, succumbing to link rot in the past decade and a half. I have searched for any record or archive of these images, but my efforts have been unsuccessful.
Oh, the fuck?
Even so, Zappa's post does serve as circumstantial evidence, and it is the best theory that we have so far. The response of other users suggests that these images did show what Zappa claimed. While they are now lost, the fact they apparently existed at one point is notable. The forum post did contain some additional responses, mostly doubters who contributed very little useful commentary. Shout out to Tungsten, who produced a 650-word essay arguing why we should believe Dead's video. But by mid-December, the conversation on the post had ceased, and the investigation on the Strange House video entered a dark age.
Huh. Part 2.
The trail went
breakthrough
cold for a decade. For the most part, the mystery of the Strange House had been forgotten. There were a few murmurs here and there, such as a 2020 video by Enderboss25. They interviewed Deadskin, who reiterated that the video was not fake. He also mentioned playing on some multiplayer servers in alignment with his forum posts. Enderboss's conclusion was that the multiplayer server chunk theory was the most plausible one, although the video didn't introduce any additional evidence beyond the interview. But in July of 2024, the investigation was blown wide open. A YouTuber by the name of Trony Sauce decided to take a look at this mystery, and they did something that no one else had done. They attempted to contact Zappa, the person who posted screenshots of the base in his world. Against all odds, it worked. Zappa responded. They confirmed that they were the same person from the forum posts, and that this was a world included in some pirated alpha Minecraft versions. But once again, Zappa went one step further, doing something that would fundamentally change the course of the investigation.
Oh, really?
Zappa sent his own world save. This was a massive discovery. There were now 2 independent examples of saves with this same strange house. Let's take a look at Zappa's save ourselves to see what we can find.
Show it.
Loading into the world, the player is in an underground cave, one which we do not recognize. But if we take a wooden door outside, we'll see some familiar terrain. Climbing the mountain reveals that the strange house is in this world too. In fact, it's all here. The mineshaft, the cobblestone structure, the chests. But Zappa's save has a major difference. There's even more to find. Exiting the front door of the house, we'll see that there is no sharp chunk boundary, no sudden cliff. The landscape continues on naturally. The elevated dirt path isn't severed either. We can follow it for a couple hundred blocks, although it doesn't really go anywhere. There are no additional structures to be found. When we look at a map of Zappa's world, we'll see that it looks pretty much normal. There are no obvious chunk errors.
Yeah, no obvious chunk errors. Then can you explain me? Can you please explain me this fucking square? This is not natural.
The only strange thing is a large square of snowy terrain.
Yeah.
However, this can be explained by the other major difference in this world. It has been upgraded to at least Minecraft Beta 1.3.
Oh, really?
Recall that in Minecraft Alpha, every chunk was an individual file. This had a major problem because it meant that any world of moderate size would have thousands and thousands of tiny files within it, making it extremely unwieldy to copy these worlds around. In Beta 1.3, Mojang changed the level format to MC Region. This combined the many tiny files into just a handful of medium-sized files. Zappa's world is in this MC Region format. It is not the original alpha world. At some point, it was upgraded to the new system in Minecraft Beta. The sections of the world that are snowy likely have to do with this upgrade process. Let's compare a map of Zappa's world to a map of Dead's world. When we do this, something obvious jumps out to us. Dead's world contains an incomplete portion of Zappa's world. While there are many chunks that overlap, there are also huge sections from Zappa's world that are missing in Dead's save. It seems as though Zappa's archive contains the pirated save in its most complete form.
Yeah.
So let's take a look at Zappa's world in more detail. As I mentioned, Zappa is no longer in the alpha level format. The unfortunate consequence is that any of the original date-modified information about the chunks has been lost. They've all been merged into a couple of files. This means that there's no way to check for the same date as Dead's world.
Unless you will make some special program for that. Which you won't.
But we aren't totally out of luck. While we cannot use the file metadata, we can look at the chunks themselves. Each individual chunk contains several types of information. Some of it is to be expected, such as the chunk's position, the blocks themselves, the lighting data, and any entities that are in the chunk. However, there's also a tag called Last Update, and this indicates the tick during which the chunk was last saved. You can think of a tick kind of like Minecraft's internal clock. When starting a new world, the tick number is 0. As you play, the tick counter is always going up at a rate of 20 ticks per second. The more you play, the higher the tick count gets. There are many things that can happen during a tick, but one of them is that a chunk can be saved. Minecraft records the tick when this occurs, writing it into the chunk's data. That's what the Last Update tag contains, the tick at which the chunk was most recently accessed. This isn't quite as powerful as the date-modified information, since we don't know when a Minecraft tick occurred in real time. All we know is how much game time has passed. But it's still quite useful, because it allows us to see when chunks were accessed relative to one another. We can create a heat map of Zappa's world, this time showing the value of the Last Update tag for each chunk. Here we can see which chunks were saved recently and which weren't. As we'd expect, not all the chunks were saved at the same time. There's a range of values. Another way to look at this information is to count the number of chunks that have a certain last update. We can do this using a histogram. This is a bimodal distribution. Many chunks were saved recently, and many were saved early on, but only a few were saved in the middle. The most recent chunks were saved with a last update of 1,233,991 ticks. This corresponds to just over 17 hours of game time. On the other end of the chart, the earliest chunks were saved with a last update of 197,055 ticks, about 2 hours and 45 minutes of game time since the world was created. Now, let's switch gears for a moment and look at the last update chart for Dead Save. This world was played on for much more time than Zappa's world. A maximum tick of 6.5 million corresponds to over 3 days and 18 hours of game time. This number is logical, given that Dead had played on this world extensively. But the histogram for Dead's world looks a bit different. It's much more spread out over time. Most of the chunks were updated recently, although there are several distinct pockets of chunks that were modified at similar times. The oldest modified chunks are way to the left, and since this is an alpha Minecraft save, we can actually look at the date modified information too. It turns out that the old last updates correspond to old date modifieds. Shocking, I know. We know that the oldest date modified was September 2nd, 2010, that small little section to the west. So what is the last update for these chunks? 197,055 ticks. This is the exact same last update as the oldest chunks on Zappa's world. Not approximately the same, not similar, exactly equal.
Ooh.
This is the strongest evidence to date of a connection between these two worlds. The oldest chunks were played on at the same game time to the accuracy of 1/20th of a second. This connection goes the other way too. The fact that this number is the same strongly suggests that the oldest chunks on Zappa's world were also played on September 2nd, 2010. The multitude of connections between Zappa's and Dead's world provides further evidence in favor of the piracy theory. Beyond just the visuals, these worlds have very specific technical signatures that overlap. It is thus probable that both Zappa and Dead got their pirated Minecraft game from the same source.
Maybe.
In fact, one of Trony's videos on the topic contained an interview of Deadskin. In it, he confirmed that it was a pirated version. He said that he got it from the website Demonoid. Zappa must have done the same thing.
Oh.
So that's it, right? Case closed. The piracy theory is the correct one. There's
Or
a
is
clear
it?
connection between two independent worlds. Dead said that this was a pirated version, Zappa said it was a pirated version, another user on the forum said it was a pirated version. All evidence appears to point towards this being the correct explanation.
But it's not, right? Or is it? Part 3.
But if this is it, you're
Discrepancy.
probably wondering why there's still so much time left in the video. And the reason is that if we dig a little deeper, we'll find that things are a bit stranger than they seem. There are some discrepancies, some oddities, things that we'll talk about now. We don't have to look very far to find an example. There's one staring us right in the face. Why is it that Dead's world looks so different from Zappa's?
Yeah, by the
If
way.
it's true that Zappa's world was included in the pirated save, then why does Dead's only have an incomplete portion of it? How was Dead able to play the world normally for so long without finding these chunks? Why didn't he start within the house? Dead's world is in a fundamentally different situation than Zappa's. One way we can see this is in the level.dat files. Every Minecraft world has a level.dat. It contains an overview of information about the world that doesn't correspond to a specific chunk. Things like the spawn location, the player's inventory, the seed, and the current tick. Zappa's world has the original level.dat. It is the correct seed for alpha terrain generation. Creating a new world with this seed, we can see the same familiar landscape. However, Dead's world has a different level.dat altogether, with a different spawn location and a different seed. Dead's world is a combination of two, partially Zappa's and partially something else. There are a few ways that this can happen in Alpha Minecraft. First, you could just manually copy over the chunks from a different world, as I mentioned earlier in the video. However, there is a second way that involves deleting level.dat. When Minecraft doesn't see a level.dat in the save folder, the game doesn't think that there's a world saved there. If you create a new one in that slot, Minecraft will generate a new level.dat, including a new spawn location, new seed, and new chunks. But critically, in my experiments, Minecraft will not delete chunk files that already exist in the save folder. It will simply generate new chunks in the gaps, resulting in a world that effectively has two different seeds. Some chunks are from the old level.dat, others are from the new one. This is exactly the situation we see in Dead's world. Some of the chunks are newly generated, and some of them are old. It's easy to replicate a scenario like this for yourself. Simply create a new world, delete level.dat, and then create a new world in the same slot. The previously generated chunks will remain, and new chunks will be created in the gaps.
Oh.
It's not difficult to find examples of people who had their alpha level.dat files either corrupted or deleted. There are a multitude of Minecraft forum posts about this happening, so many so that there are tutorials explaining how to fix it. The most common scenario by far is a sudden termination of the game, either because of a power outage or a crash. This corrupts the level.dat file, but leaves the chunks themselves intact. Creating a new world in the same slot creates a new level.dat, and the players find their chunks exactly where they were. Clearly, Dead's World 1 level.dat file was either corrupted or deleted, since it's not the same as Zappa's. But he doesn't mention any situations like these glitches. He's never played on the original world, or else he would have recognized the house. His level.dat must have been removed in some other way. There are a few sporadic reports of players losing their level.dat files while the game was closed. One post from July 3rd, 2010 says that one of their worlds just disappeared, but the files remained. Another user in November 2010 discusses coming home from school to see that one of their worlds was gone.
What?
Both of these users fixed the problem in the same way, creating a new world in the same slot, revealing the undeleted chunks. While neither of these cases contains enough details to be replicable, something like this may have happened to Dead. Perhaps he got extremely unlucky and the level.dat save file corrupted before he even played the game at all. But even if this was the case, it does not explain why Dead's world doesn't have all the chunks that Zappa's does. A level.dat corruption doesn't remove chunks that already exist, it just removes Minecraft's knowledge of them. How then did Dead randomly lose half of his level that came with the pirated version?
And
I've spent a lot of time thinking about this question.
And the question is, how did he lost the right chunks? How did he manage to lost part of specific chunks, but the chunks with the house remain? Way too perfect, if you ask me.
In many ways, this is the core of the entire mystery. What should have happened was that Dead downloaded the pirated version, saw that there was an existing world, and deleted it. Dead would have quickly recognized that there was already a save file, and this entire mystery would have been averted.
Yeah.
But that isn't what happened in reality. Somehow, Dead ended up in a situation where his World 1 only had some of the pirated saves chunks, and no level.dat. Let's look at a couple of theories about how this happened. One option is that Dead never received these chunk files in the first place. We know from Zappa's and Dead's comments that this bootleg Minecraft version came from a torrent, more specifically a website called Demonoid. Torrents work in a different way than a regular download. Instead of the files coming from one source, they come from many different users who seed the files. The information is distributed across multiple computers. There's a possibility that there was some failure in this process. Perhaps some of the world files were not seeded and thus couldn't be downloaded. Alternatively, Dead's download could have failed in the middle, before all the files were saved. These are a few ways that Dead could have ended up with an incomplete world. But there are a few issues with these interpretations. Dead's torrent software would have told him if the download was incomplete, and it doesn't seem logical that he would have tried to play the game before he knew that it was ready. There's also no way to explain why only the chunks in the save were missing. Why were the critical gameplay files intact? Furthermore, we don't actually know what files were supposed to be downloaded in the torrent. It's possible that the entire pirated game was in one zip file, which would eliminate this theory. Ultimately, there's no direct evidence in favor of these interpretations. So let's explore another theory, that there actually was some sort of delete world bug. In this theory, Dead loaded the game for the first time and saw that there was a pre-existing World 1 save. He then clicked Delete World. However, this button malfunctioned and it only partially deleted the world.
Seriously?
Maybe one way this could have happened is if the game crashed during this process, although I haven't been able to replicate it myself. But this theory has the same problem as the first. There's no direct evidence to support it. We have no way of knowing if this situation occurred. In fact, that's what's so frustrating about this whole thing. There are many potential explanations that don't conflict with the evidence. Maybe Dead attempted to delete the world in the game files himself, and did it incorrectly.
Seriously?
Maybe his hard drive happened to partially corrupt just those files. Maybe a cosmic ray flipped a bit, causing Minecraft to behave erratically. All of those could have happened, but it's remarkably difficult to find an explanation that is actually supported by evidence. It's very different to have a theory that is consistent with the evidence than a theory that is supported by it. We can come up with a billion unlikely scenarios as to how these files are missing.
That doesn't make sense at all. Why would he delete the files, the world, from his folder? Why would he do that? Because he can delete the files in the game. I mean, he can delete the world in game and not bother about it. Why would he go into the folder, into his files, game files, and delete it there? That doesn't make sense.
So let's switch over to another mystery that has been simmering for this entire video, the red block. All of this discussion about saves and pirated versions has not helped us with this question. The mystery of the red block was solved shortly after the release of Trony's video.
Oh, really?
A user named Hyperspeed posted a video explanation. It turns out that this red block isn't a block at all, it's actually the sun. Hyperspeed discovered that when the sunset is blocked by the leaves of a tree, it can be seen through them when an inventory is open. So this red square is actually another false oddity. It's simply a rendering bug in this version of Alpha.
Okay, that explains everything.
There are a few other minor inconsistencies. One of these is that the world that Zappa sent doesn't actually match his description. In the forum post, he mentions forming two bases, one close to the strange house and one far, far away. The close base is the cave that we spawn in, but there's no second base far, far away.
Really?
However, I feel that this is a relatively minor issue. Zappa's forum posts are all helpful, and the responses of other forum users imply that his screenshots showed what he said. I see no reason to believe that Zappa was being dishonest. This inconsistency probably has a simple explanation, such as him misremembering the save or me misinterpreting what he said.
Hey guys, what's going on?
Oh, hello.
I have a little bit of a weird video here right now.
And that's where we find ourselves with this mystery, a situation that can be partially explained, but not fully. Two worlds that came from the same pirated version of Minecraft, one of which has chunks that are mysteriously gone. I had a really fun time with the analysis of this mystery. It was definitely a rabbit hole. The more I looked into it, the more questions I found. I do want to make it clear that it's entirely possible that I've made mistakes in this analysis, either by missing a piece of primary evidence, making a mistake in my code, or misinterpreting those results. Much of this analysis relies on metadata stored in Dead's original archive, but there's no way to confirm for sure that this is accurate. I encourage you to take a look at this mystery yourself, and if you do, come on over to the RGN Discord to discuss it. Our community members were extremely helpful in the production of this video. You may have an idea that no one else does. What I would really like to see is another example of this world in the original alpha format. Each of the saves we analyzed has a critical flaw. Dead's world is missing many chunks and the original level.dat, whereas Zappa's world has been upgraded to a new version. It would be awesome to come up with a complete world in the alpha format. If any of you are watching and thinking that this situation feels familiar to you, take a look at your old files and see if you have this world. Let me know if you do. I would love to look at it in a future video. For as much analysis as I did, there are still avenues that I think could be explored. It would be interesting to do a correlation analysis of the last update attribute in both Dead's and Zappa's world. I only did this with the oldest chunks, but you could extend the idea to get a better sense of the overlap.
I have only one question. If they know what site they got the original the original pirated game from, why didn't they download the game from that site? Because there is potential they will find the pirated copy with the world. That would be so much. That would be, how do I put it? That would be so much helpful for the investigation. And I don't know, maybe you will able to do it with the Wayback Machine if the site is unavailable. But something tells me the site is available right now, so if you can download it, just do it. That will make everything easier.
It may also help determine which, if any, of Zappa's chunks were generated after he downloaded the world. Another future project would be to connect Let's Play episodes to specific last update values. Perhaps this could give a better sense of where Dead was when. I want to give an extra shout out to Trony Sauce. I had extensive discussions with them, and they were extremely helpful in the development of this video. Go subscribe to their channel and check out their analyses. If you enjoyed this video, go ahead and subscribe. It really helps me out. We are going to end with, if you enjoyed this video, go ahead and subscribe. It really helps me out. We are going to end with that. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video. Have a great day.
Well, thank you Retro Gaming Now for a great video, which is really have a lot of explanation, but still there is way too many inconsistencies with all the theories and the evidence. As I said before, if you know which site the pirated copy came from, and if you can download the pirated copy from that website, why won't you do it? Really, that would help you so much if you can get access to the file. Maybe it's deleted, maybe it's not. If it is, can you use the Wayback Machine to get the file that you need? I think you can, so that would be one way to go. Anyway, if you liked this video, go to the Retro Gaming Now channel and watch the video yourself, because this is a banger, and leave a like for him. He and his community are doing amazing work. And that will be it for today, because I honestly wanted to watch some more videos, but I simply don't have any time for this. So we will watch the remaining 3 videos in the next week, when we will have way more time. Yeah. Sorry, front one. Yeah, we will watch it another time, which will be better than today, because I need to go and take a piss now. So yeah, I hope all of you liked. Oh, I burp a lot. God damn it. I hope you liked today's live stream. I hope you liked my frequent visits to the toilet. Yeah. Tomorrow we will have a Zenless Zone 0 live stream. Yeah, I will be doing that shit at the end. And see you tomorrow. Bye bye.